Cowboy shit is back. We are live, man. Adam Page is back. And he is the number one contender for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. The match with Omega is all but confirmed. The Super Elite in a barn burner of an open against Bryan Danielson, Christian Cage, and Jurassic Express. Darby Allen gets attacked by MJF in a ski mask. Serena Deeb turns heel. And AEW has introduced another new championship. But it's not the one that I expected. And we have a major announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news during Dynamite that has absolutely nothing to do with AEW. Or maybe it does. Jesse and I are live. And you know what time it is, man. It's Wednesday night. And this is the only place you need to be. Right here on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for October 6th, 2021. I am your host, JD from New York, and I'm joined by my very good friend, as always, this fucking Mark with a goddamn AEW flag behind him. Are you kidding me, bro?
I am unbiased in my opinions, man.
Oh, my goodness. All the weeks that people were saying, Jesse, your blind is all messed up. Now he's got an AEW banner hanging in his office like a fucking mark, man. What are you doing?
No more uneven blinds for me, man.
There you go. Listen,
I'm living the big life now.
Well, yeah, apparently. Happy 2-year anniversary, buddy.
Oh, man, you as well, man. Has anything good happened in these 2 years, man?
I don't know, man. Listen, how many rematches have we gotten in 2 years, bro? I can probably count them on one hand.
Rematches and just fucking boring booking, man. Come on. Going nowhere.
Man, Tony Khan is the worst booker of the year.
Oh, God,
he's terrible, man. Bro. I would take Bruce Pritchard any day of the week.
Man, it feels like wrestling left around the Attitude Era and came back about 2 years ago.
That is absolutely correct. Correct, man. We are watching professional wrestling on Wednesday nights.
Man, it's a beautiful thing, right?
I know. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm not asleep. The show goes by like that. It's easy to watch. It's appointment television. It reminds me of a certain black and gold that is no longer black and gold.
Now it's Rainbow.
Now it's Rainbow. Now it's Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, man.
It's right next to the Lucky Charms, right next to Keith Lee at Stop and Shop.
Hey, the beautiful thing is they throw a parade for NXT once a year in most major cities. All right,
really?
Let's get to it.
Yeah, listen, man. Tonight was a fun show, man. Tonight was a fun show. We got a lot jam-packed into the 2 hours, and I might as well start right at the top. I know you and I have talked about it, and you talked about it specifically last week when we had a discussion about Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. When does it happen for the rematch? Because you know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen any day. These guys can be in the ring. Clearly, this is what AEW is planning to do. But the wild card was when AEW booked this ladder match last week, and then they announced 6 participants and a Joker. Now, Buddy Matthews, a.k.a. Buddy Murphy, was pretty much teasing everybody, working the marks online, tweeting out Joker cards here and Joker cards there. And he kind of insinuated that he's going to be showing up and making his AEW debut. That did not happen. And if it did, then we pretty much have confirmation, all but confirmed, that Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega will probably be the main event at Full Gear for the AEW Championship in some sort of stipulation match. I know you and I have insinuated maybe an Iron Man match or a submission match or something along those lines. That was if Buddy Matthews debuted tonight, or anybody else was that Joker card. But the man we saw tonight, and that was Adam Hangman Page. And Jesse, with him in this match, with him grabbing the poker chip, winning that ladder match, it is all but confirmed. And you said it beautifully last week. Bryan and Kenny, that can wait. It doesn't need the championship. Page is back in it. He's the number 1 contender. We're getting Page and Omega at Full Gear, bro. And it's going to be an absolute celebration. We may have a new world champion on our hands come November 13th.
Yeah, it's all piecing together, you know. Everybody was worried, you know, with all of the big names that we had coming in, that Hangman was going to get the shaft in this push and everything else. I think I said it back then. I said, now Hangman is heavily protected. Hangman is protected for, just A, his own merit. B, he's family. He was there. He's a day one guy. And before they push any other new signees, Hangman's going to be the top guy. And that's what it's looking like right now.
So we're looking at a new world champion.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely see it. The Bucks lost their gold. Kenny's going to lose his, and the Elite will go into shambles for a little bit. But then we can get to that Kenny and Bryan match on the record, you know, with stakes, with no title and no title needed.
No title needed. It may be a nice opening for Bryan to get the victory over Omega without the championship being on the line. Maybe Kenny goes away for a little bit. Maybe he comes back. Maybe they kick him out of the Elite, and maybe he turns babyface. This is what I'm envisioning.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw for Kenny as well. I don't know if I saw it on this short term of a scale, but I do see Cole. I do see Adam Cole kicking Kenny out of the Elite and Kenny going away and coming back babyface. I don't even think. Well, I'm not even sure if Adam Cole even knows what they did to him. I watched BTE and Cole is still unaware that they killed him. So
well, he was. Well, I don't know if they communicated with his ghostly spirit, so we don't know if there was any sort of communication there in the afterlife. Maybe they did a seance. Yeah. Maybe they did one of them exorcisms or whatever the fuck they call it. Well, one of them seances. Maybe the Ouija board came out. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, no, he was on BTE, and they were, you know, the Dark Order. Like, what are you doing here? I thought they killed you. Cole's like, what are you talking about? Nobody killed me. I've been here the whole time. Like, no, you're dead. It's like, no. What are you guys talking about? So Adam Cole doesn't know. So maybe he'll find out, then kick Omega out. We'll see.
Have you ever used the Ouija board?
No, I'm a guy with common sense.
You know, I would actually attempt to use one.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
because I'm a fucking lunatic. I know.
Exactly.
I'm all into that shit. But that's another story for a different day. But this is great. The ladder match was awesome. We got Andrade showing what he can do. I want to see more of him. I mean, he's just so fun to watch. Pac was there. It's always great seeing Pac. He needs more to do on this show as well. Lance Archer was there, John Moxley, Orange Cassidy, Matt Hardy. Everybody got their shit in, but it was all about the Cowboy shit. And Adam Page, he's the new #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. Jesse, before we get into the show, I know you probably, and I seen you tweet Sean Ross Sapp this breaking news. It was actually broken by several sources, but I first seen it from Izzy, NXT's Izzy, if you guys remember Izzy, Bailey's Izzy on Twitter, and I seen you tweet Sapp a follow-up with the link. She broke news tonight, and I want to get your take on this because, you know, whether it has anything to do with AEW or not, I mean, just the name alone that I'm about to talk about with you is going to get people talking about a potential pro wrestling return. And if she does, it's ultimately going to be with AEW. AJ Lee, April Mendez is back in professional wrestling, and so is Tessa Blanchard, and they are with the Women of Wrestling, WOW. They signed a deal with Viacom CBS. The promotion will relaunch with both April Mendez and Tessa Blanchard as presumably the faces of the company. Now, this was announced via ET Online that WOW will relaunch in the fall of 2022, and they've signed a deal with Viacom CBS to bring the show to CBS affiliates. That's a pretty big fucking deal. WOW owners stated, wrestling's presentation of women has been very important to us, and now we are presenting the epitome in sports entertainment that will highlight the athleticism of these superstars as we reintroduce WOW. Our partnership with the entire Viacom CBS Global Distribution Group allows us to continue our mission of providing wrestling fans and WOW superheroes what they have all deserved, a global platform for a dedicated women's wrestling league. Now, we don't know what AJ, April, is going to be doing with WOW. I don't think it's going to be in a wrestling capacity. What I read is that she may be an executive producer. She may be doing some commentary work as well for them. Tessa Blanchard is signed on to be the face of the promotion, and that's going to be her stepping stone back into the world of professional wrestling after she was pretty much thrown under the bus by everybody she's worked with for racial comments that she's done in the past and just nasty attitude behavior, backstage locker room issues. But it's not about Tessa. It's about AJ. It's about April. This is a pretty big fucking deal because nobody ever thought that she would be back in professional wrestling in any way, shape, or form again. And here she is with something that is going to be a big deal because everybody wants their fix of women's wrestling. Does this mean she gets back in the ring, minus some history of injuries, and does this open the door for her to get her feet wet, do what she's got to do, get back into it, and then eventually join Phil Brooks in AEW, and we get that mega pairing again with AJ and Punk, this time in AEW sometime in the future? I mean, the dream matches that you could possibly have with those two mixed tag team matches, I mean, just off the top of my head, we got Britt Baker and Adam Cole. I mean, that's the one that jumps off the page with everybody. I know CM Punk wants to wrestle Adam Cole at some point. This is a big deal, and does this affect AEW in any way, shape, or form looking into the future?
I think it does indirectly. I don't think that that AJ coming to WOW is going to be the headline in tomorrow morning's wrestling. I think it's going to be April signing on with the company with Tessa Blanchard at the head of it, and their affiliation and April's affiliation with Punk and his affiliation with Tony Khan and AEW. That's going to be the headline. Is this a way of Tony Khan trying to get Tessa in through the side door as opposed to bringing her in through the front? I don't think anybody expects April to get back in the ring. From what Punk said and from what I've heard and everyone else, her injuries are just to the point where she doesn't want to risk it and get back into the ring again. So her signing on as executive producer makes a lot of sense. Doesn't mean that she won't, I don't know, go out there and maybe do a bit, maybe go out there and be an on-screen personality, maybe do something. I'm not sure about that at all. But from what I've heard, her full-time in-ring career is over. But this story at the end of the day is going to be about Tessa Blanchard being with a new company that apparently has a TV deal as well. And what's the connection between her and AEW?
Is this... Let me go back and cycle back to what you said about Tessa Blanchard and the fact that it's going to be more about Tessa Blanchard and AJ signing on with a promotion that Tessa Blanchard is now the face of. Does this do any good for Tessa Blanchard? And does this open up the eyes of the fans a little bit to possibly forgive Tessa Blanchard? Because AJ, April, is such a beloved entity, and she is respected by everybody. I don't think there's anybody out there that dislikes this woman for any reason whatsoever. Is this going to be a situation where fans open up their eyes and say, all right, if April is working with Tessa and is going to be directly involved with management on a promotion that Tessa is going to be the face of, is it going to be a little bit more of a welcoming for her back in pro wrestling, or is it going to be pretty much the same that what we've seen with Tessa now, and people are going to shrug their shoulders and not give a shit and don't want anything to do with Tessa? Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
It's not going to be a bad thing, but it's also not going to be a good thing. It's going to have zero bearing on how the reactions go for when she finally does return. Imagine the Hulk Hogan thing, and they brought him out with Titus O'Neil. Now, we make fun of Titus, but Titus is very well respected and loved in the back amongst his peers and everything else, and in the business. But he couldn't get that rub to work for Hogan. That heat didn't go away.
No.
It's. And yeah, we love April to death and everything else, but her star is not going to shine bright enough for us to forget everything that Tessa does. So, what does this do for Tessa Blanchard? It's really going to come down to the reactions that she gets versus what CBS sees, and then what they start reading on social media and everything else. It could go very south. CBS Viacom is a one of the big three. So how much of this heat are they going to take and shield Tessa Blanchard?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're aware of what is going on and what has happened with her, right?
I'm sure they are. I don't think you can't hide something like this, but it's also a matter of what they believe or what they've been sold on. What will happen going forward. And if they're told that, it'll blow over or it won't be that bad, and then it turns out that it's very bad, we could see a change in direction at the top of the company right away. I don't think they want to start off a promotion with somebody with this much nuclear heat that continues to get worse as they try to build. So I think they'll bail on the Tessa project early if it proves to be too much of a headache. She's got some serious go away heat in the community, man. And I just hope they didn't underestimate that when they started off in this venture with her at the forefront. It'd be one thing to start it, and put April at the top, and then just kind of, maneuver her in there as you go along. But they put her front dead and center, man. They put her right up front the same way the AEW put Jericho up front when they launched. Only difference is Jericho was instrumental in getting AEW off the ground, and right now Tessa is she does not have that kind of momentum behind her.
Well, it makes it very interesting, because now I am genuinely curious to tune in and see what her initial reaction is going to be when we watch her for the first time in a couple of years back in the ring since all this went down. Now, I'm interested. I don't know if anybody else is going to be interested, but I would assume that WoW and management knows what they're getting into. They have to know. And if they do know, it sounds like they don't care. Maybe they had a discussion with her. Maybe she apologized to WoW. Maybe she has spoken about this to WoW, and they're going to give her a chance. And WoW is hoping that the fans ultimately are on the same page as them by giving Tessa Blanchard a chance. I don't know. It is a sticky situation, but at the same time, it's going to be, at least for the first couple of weeks, with her as the face of the company, going to be must-see television. I know I'm probably going to end up tuning in just to see her reaction.
Well, I was going to end up tuning in anyway just because it's a new wrestling promotion. If anything, I'm less likely to tune in because Tessa's on it. I'm still gonna tune in. I'm still gonna watch it. But I mean, if I had to weigh her presence on the show and what it's doing to me as far as being a draw to watch it, she's not helping the cause. I'm gonna watch it despite her. So they're not launching till next year, so 2022. So they got a few months to read the room, see what's going on, and if it just proves to be too much and they don't want to go with it, they can always launch with it. Or they could, stick their heels in and push, forward and say, forget it, we're gonna keep going. I don't know, but if she apologized to Viacom, that's great. But again, that would mean she's apologizing to everyone else but the people who matter.
Yeah.
Again, just fucking apologize publicly and get it over with, dude. I mean, suck it up. I mean, just deal with it, and you have a better chance of recovering going forward.
Well, you would think now that she's the face of the company that she would probably now take steps to right their ship. You're with the company now. You're the face of the company. And it would probably make sense now to come out in a statement and say, hey, I'm not the same person I was 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. And I apologize for everything that I've done in the past. If I've offended you or my actions of my past have hurt you in any way or anything that I've said has hurt you in the past, I sincerely and deeply apologize. I hope that you can find it in yourselves to tune into WOW and support us and support women's wrestling and just keep it at that. You would think that would be the case.
That's it. A sincere apology, and go out there and work with your teammates in your new locker room, and they need to be on board and supporting you. If that's the case, time would heal all. But time is not going to heal anything until it starts off with a sincere apology. And it seems that she's trying to avoid that and dodge that. She's trying to do it. She's trying to go silent. She's trying to put herself out there as the victims, going on social media saying things like, oh, I'm just going to, ignore the haters. I'm going to fight forward. Okay, all that bullshit aside, you just need to apologize. That's it. I don't know why she's trying to avoid it. I mean, if she apologizes, that's her admitting that she lied about not doing it, which is what she don't want to do. Which will look just as bad as JBL, who recently came out and said he didn't do shit tomorrow, and now all of a sudden he's doing podcasts telling us what he did tomorrow and how someone could have taken it the way. Well, that kind of contradicts everything you fucking told us when it happened. So which one is it? Same thing with Tessa. I mean, she just needs to apologize. JBL is at the end of his career. He doesn't give two shits. He doesn't have to apologize. He can go away and come back here and there. Tessa is still trying to work in this industry. She needs to apologize.
Yeah, she needs to apologize, and I hope that we do see that, because I do want to see her back in a ring, and we will just end that discussion there. But like you said, this is not going to launch until next year, so we still have some time for that to happen, and hopefully it does. Jesse, the other news that broke today is that Tony Khan is introducing yet another new championship for AEW. Tony Schiavone kicked off the second hour of Dynamite tonight with a big announcement that was promised earlier today by Tony Khan. Schiavone talked about how AEW Dynamite changed the wrestling business 2 years ago, and 1 year ago, the TNT Championship was introduced. Schiavone also noted how Dynamite will move to TBS on January 5th, 2022. Schiavone then announced the creation of the TBS Championship. It will be a sister championship to the TNT Championship and will serve as a secondary championship to Britt Baker's AEW World Women's Championship. No other details were provided on when the champion will be crowned, but Schiavone did say that there will be a tournament coming soon. Now, my first thoughts on the championship are it looks beautiful. I love the hint of blue in it. It looks exactly like the TNT Championship. In fact, it looks better than the AEW Women's Championship. Don't tell Britt Baker that. But I love a secondary championship. I'm just not sure the women's division is ready for a secondary championship just yet. I think a branded championship outside the TNT title, to me, in my honest opinion, is a little ridiculous, number one. Number two, I don't think the women's division is strong enough to really hold two championships on top of what Britt Baker is doing. Now, there are some women, like we discussed last week, because I believe we talked about this last week, women like Statlander and Ruby Soho, and we have Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb, and a lot of these women that are coming. Jade Cargill's another one, and whoever else you see on Dark, that's really kind of making a nice little name for themselves. I don't think it's at a position right now that it really needs 2 singles championships. I'm glad it's another singles championship and not a tag team women's championship, because I think that would be the worst idea ever. Because you see how it's failed in WWE. In fact, during the draft, they broke up all of their women's tag teams. There's no women's tag teams outside of the ones that are holding those championships. It's ridiculous. But I honestly think that this is a waste, and I would have waited on this at least another year. And I would have introduced trios championships first, because that's where the money's going to be. That's what's needed most right now, because most of this roster is in a faction, and we see a lot of 6-person tag team matches on Dynamite, but now we don't have any championships, at least right now. What do you think of this TBS championship, and do you think it is needed right now in this women's division?
Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, it looks like one of those things where I could kind of book this to make a little sense. And here's why. I mean, outside of the handful of people that we know of, like you said, there's no competition for Britt Baker.
No.
There is none. But with that being said, there's plenty of women on the AEW roster. So what does that mean? So to me, that means the TBS title has plenty of play here, plenty of things to do with it. I can think of quite a few people they can put that title on that maybe the title can make a little bit better, and maybe even vice versa. I mean, you got somebody like Jade Cargill, you trying to build up to be a legit monster and undefeated, but how long can you keep her away from Britt Baker? Well, if you put the TBS title on, you can keep her away from quite a bit of time there. Same thing for quite a few of the women who in the roster who can wrestle, but are still not quite on the level of the higher end Thunder Rosas, your Britt Bakers, your Statlanders. So, I mean, you do have quite a few women that can. I texted you the other day that, I mean, God help us, Abaddon is 22-2. Well, I'll start asking questions like, well, why is her record that great and she is not competing for the title? Because she's not as good as anywhere near as good as the world champion. But for a TBS champion, maybe. So what are we doing here? So it looks like the majority of the women in AEW should be competing for the TBS title. And in the meantime, if you don't come up with some competition for Britt Baker, that title's going to kind of run stagnant. She'll just be sitting there holding it. I mean, how many times can she face, Thunder Rosa and Chris Statlander and Shida? I mean, you need competition for her. So that gives them a little time to build up that division. But in the meantime, Britt Baker's going to be sitting there holding that fucking title, man.
Yeah, and at least until Thunder Rosa is ready for it. There are a couple of interesting situations with this TBS championship that I was thinking about when this segment was happening on TV tonight. I was thinking about it. I'm like, damn, I don't like this announcement. I think a trios championship is much more important right now, a little bit more needed with that stacked men's roster and all the fun you can have with that. I mean, I'm already fantasy booking Andrade and the Lucha Brothers at some point versus the Bucks and Adam Cole. And I mean, just a whole just ridiculous amount of matches. But the two things that I was thinking about with this TBS championship is, if Tony Khan wants to play his cards right, we could absolutely have a Thunder Rosa hold that championship, bring some legitimacy to it, and then build herself up as the number one contender for the AEW Women's Championship. We could get some nice title versus title matches out of that. We could get Ruby Soho holding that championship and really bringing some legitimacy to it and really opening the door for the younger women on there to really step in the ring and get their feet wet with somebody that is a veteran like Ruby Soho. It could give opportunity to somebody like Chris Statlander, who right now, lost to Britt Baker at the last pay-per-view in a great match, but she really doesn't have anything else outside of the World Championship that she lost an opportunity to it all out. Someone like Statlander would benefit. Jesse, what it also does is I know a lot of people are claiming that they want the Impact Forbidden Door to open for the women's division. Whoever's holding that TBS championship could be the key bearer to the Forbidden Door, whereas the Forbidden Door really can't open with Britt Baker as world champion, and that door can't open because no matter who you bring in is ultimately going to lose to Britt. The only one Britt should be losing to is Thunder Rosa right now, and I think we all know that. But this TBS championship may be the key to open that Impact Women's Wrestling Forbidden Door for Jordan Grace to come on through, for a Mickie James to come on through, for anybody else that's over there, Deonna Purrazzo to come on through and really kind of show up on Dynamite or AEW television. Do you think that's a possibility with this? Because what Miro and what Cody have done with the championship and what Sammy is ultimately going to do, it's pretty much, I think, the formula Tony Khan needs to follow if he wants that to happen. I think it would be great.
Yeah, you know what? I think they need to be careful about how they book this title. And because if you start putting it on legit wrestlers, like you said, you can put it on Thunder Rosa and make it legit and things like that. Here's the problem that comes into play. Now it starts looking like, well, Thunder Rosa had to settle for this TBS title because she couldn't get it done with Britt Baker and the AEW women's title. Also, when you start putting that title on certified, legit wrestlers like Thunder Rosa, how do you get it off of her? Now who's going to beat Thunder Rosa for that title and then hold it as someone that can beat Thunder Rosa but now has to compete with Diamante for that title in the next couple of weeks or so? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I was only using her as an example. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously it's going to go to somebody that is very similar in that, I guess, in that essence. It's going to go to a veteran.
Yeah.
I would say Ruby Soho is a perfect opportunity, for her to win a championship. I think that would be a great first champion because, to me, the champion right out of the gate needs to be somebody that's going to bring some legitimacy to the title and then put it on somebody who's obviously worked their ass off to get to that point.
Yeah, this is how I would book it. I would book it like a true intercontinental title, like a true intercontinental title to the world title, meaning whoever's holding it is pretty much the best you're going to get outside of facing Britt Baker for the world title. They should be pretty much the next in line to get a push in a way. I would keep the title away from people like Ruby Soho, Thunder Rosa, Chris Statlander, and I will put that title on women who are coming up and improving in the ring and becoming more of a legitimate wrestlers through shows like Dark and everything else. So you can make it from Dark onto TV. You can make it onto TBS for the TBS title. And if you can, succeed long enough there, maybe you can make it on the Dynamite and face Britt Baker. You see what I'm saying? I mean, something like a Red Velvet as a TBS champion. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. I want to see Red Velvet, versus versus Big Swole. I want to see, versus not Allie, not Thunder Rosa, Anna Jay. Things like people who are improving and getting better and things like that. I don't want to see someone compete with, Britt Baker, not make it, but then I'm gonna go over here and make it for the TBS title as a consolation prize. I would in essence, without making it official, I would in essence make a separate division, but not actually saying it's a separate division. So we have talent coming up, but not quite on the top tier. They should be competing for the TBS title.
No, I absolutely agree with that. As soon as you said that, I was in agreement with what you were saying. But when you said that, and I would, and when you're pretty much you insinuating that there needs to be a separation of divisions. Like you need to have your main event women going for Britt's title, and you need to have your mid card or secondary division going for that. I absolutely agree.
Yes.
That's the way it's gonna. That's the way it's going to really bring importance of its own to the show.
It will, and it kind of. It lightens the workload of Britt Baker. It doesn't bury everyone to the point of you get somebody on a streak coming up, and then all of a sudden they're getting better. They've beaten everyone, but they get to the top, lose to Britt Baker, like Chris Statlander. Well, then what? Because you may be great, but just not good enough to beat the champion. But now what are you doing? Well, somebody like Statlander can be in the division, make it better, and doesn't even have to win it. But you beat someone like Chris Statlander, you could be up there for the TBS title. Who knows? I think just the competition alone. I hope it's a workhorse title. I don't want to see it become a divas title. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be, hey, this one's improving. These two are improving, and if they are, and they have a good wrestling match out of it, great. I don't want to see hair pulling and just who looks the best with this title and the best wrestlers over here. I hope they don't.
It's gonna be hard to make it a workhorse title, bro, because I don't think there are many workhorses in the women's division. I don't even think the women's division is at a point where people should be asking for a second championship. So you want to make it a workhorse championship. I'm not going to be looking at a Jade Cargill as a workhorse champion.
Well, they need to make Jade Cargill a workhorse wrestler. That's the thing.
Well, she's going to be in the tournament. She already said she's in the tournament. So,
good enough to,
I mean, who's going to beat her? She's undefeated, isn't she?
She's undefeated.
So who's going to beat her? Who do you put over Jade Cargill?
Right now, whoever defeats Britt Baker.
Well,
so for right now, no one. So if Thunder Rosa beats Britt Baker, then yes, Thunder Rosa should be the first one to beat Jade Cargill.
That's the kind of feeling I got when I watched that triple threat match on Rampage Friday.
Yeah, and I would love to see it, and that's a great first loss for her.
Yeah,
and I would love to see that. That's a fantastic first loss. I would love to see that. Jade, man, I think they kind of, I don't want to say booked themselves into a corner, but they booked Jade Cargill like a beast, like they should. But as it turns out, her in-ring ability is not matching her booking. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they're going to make that up. So she's going to have to improve quickly, or they're going to have to go ahead and give her that L and work it into the story somehow, because she can't go undefeated this long and still not be this
I don't want to make this a WWE, show or mention them in any way, but, I've been heavily critical of NXT 2.0. They've done things here and there that I've actually enjoyed. And one of the things that I've enjoyed is Rex Steiner, Braun Breaker. He's not overly, I don't think he's ready to be in the ring yet. I also haven't really seen him mess up anything. He's good enough to get by and do the bare minimum, sound good, look legit, and not fuck up along the way.
Yeah.
They're doing right by him. And it's at a point right now, I have my reasons why Champ is losing the championship, and I've said this last night and last week, but it's at a point now that I would not be surprised, and I don't think I would really mind if he's a champion because of how legit he is and what he brings to the table. I don't think Tony Khan and AEW are doing right by Jade. I don't think they're booking her correct. I don't think she's ready. If she was like Braun Breaker, I'd say, yeah, she's ready. But she's not even there yet.
No, she's not. And that's probably something they didn't foresee, But I'll give AEW credit in this way. The way that they're booking Jade is, to me, it reminds me of the way they booked Britt Baker before Britt Baker could actually wrestle, and they found themselves in that spot. Like, okay, we made her our top, female draft pick. We put everything behind her, and let's be honest, she's not there yet. So what do we do? I mean, I don't know, but they fixed it. I mean, she got better. And she got better at lightning speed. Britt Baker got better, and then they turned her, and then they continued to push, and it all worked out. Jade Cargill needs to get better. They need to find someone to train her, get into the ring with her, and accelerate her progress so that she can catch up to the booking that they've been giving her.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a tricky situation, like you said. They need to be careful about how they book this championship and who they put it on at first. But we will see what happens. That was announced tonight. Not a big fan of that announcement. I think it's ridiculous to have another branded championship when, TNT is legitimately the home of Turner Networks. So a TNT title really is something that makes sense. The TBS Championship, I'm not really all for it. Trio Championships would have made so much more sense right now, given the current state of the men's division. The women's division can wait, and we will see how they do it. The tournament apparently is supposed to be happening sometime towards the end of the year, and I do think that we're going to get the tournament in December. That's when usually the world of professional wrestling goes into sleep mode, and then they hit it back heavy at the start of the new year. So December is usually a dead month. I see AEW doing some tournament matches and the brackets for the tournament in December, and then on January 5th for that first Dynamite show on TBS. I do think we get the finals on that show, so that's my prediction there. But we will worry about that later on down the road. I want to thank you guys very much for joining me here on the podcast.
Bobby Fish is all elite.
Bobby, is that official?
Yes, it is.
Holy shit.
He is official.
You know what that means, bro? I'm hoping Kyle O'Reilly is all elite as well when his contract is up.
That means that NXT probably just changed all kinds of plans for Kyle O'Reilly. They ain't letting him go.
They're letting Johnny Gargano go, apparently.
They ain't letting him go now.
They're letting.
They're gonna reform the fucking Undisputed Era. They're not letting Kyle O'Reilly. He's stuck there for life now.
Bro, they're letting Johnny Gargano go.
They are.
That's what I read.
Oh, that's a bad move, dude. They're gonna lose Candice too.
Bro, can you imagine Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole 4 in AEW? Can you imagine that? I'm getting chills already, bro.
Man, that's.
But Johnny Gargano's a vanilla midget, man. Give me a fucking break. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's a. They people. A lot of people say, well, they can't hire everybody. No, they can't hire everybody, but some people you'll make room for. Kevin Owens, they'll make room for him.
Oh yeah.
They'll make room. Fish, they made room for him.
That's all right. Let Deli Janela's contract run out and let Sonny Kiss's contract run out. There you go. You got some money freed up.
Yeah. No, dude. I mean, certain people, they'll make room for. I don't care how full you are. I mean, certain free agents become free agents. You'll find room.
Oh, yeah. But I want to thank you guys very much for joining me. Bobby Fish apparently is all elite. We'll talk about him a little bit later. 2,000 plus in the venue on this Wednesday night. Thank you guys very much for joining us on Off the Script. Hit that thumbs up, guys. We got 612 likes right now. There should be no less than 1,000 likes on the live stream tonight live. So if you guys have not hit the thumbs up, I would really, really appreciate that. Also, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys would like to join and become a member of the channel, please do that as well. You see the join button right there underneath the video player. Hit the join button. You guys are going to get access to all the new custom off-the-script emojis. And then you guys are going to get off-the-script custom badges next to your name. For as many months you are a VIP, you're going to have different colored microphones or badges next to your name. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Have some fun with that. I would really, really appreciate it. Also, go get your t-shirts, man. Bonfire is the place. Also, under the video player. Click the shirt you want. It'll take you right to Bonfire's website. Bonfire.com is the official home of Off the Scripts. And please check out tonight's sponsor for the show, Honey. Join honey.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys use our unique link and download the free web browser right to your web browser, man. It starts saving some money while you shop online. That is joinhoney.com/script. Also, go check the homepage and go look at all the videos that you might have missed, man. We got Monday Night Raw's post-show live on Monday, night 2 of the draft. We got NXT's post-show last night, and my boy, Tony D'Angelo. Jesse, did you watch Tony D'Angelo wrestle on at least a replay on NXT?
I did not.
You did not watch my boy Tony D'Angelo. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Man, don't get me started. I sent you like 45 things to watch. Did you watch any of the shit?
Bro, I watched all those Saved by the Bell clips you're sending me. You're sending me fucking Saved by the Bell clips, bro.
Did you go watch the ending of that gun club
I
match?
did not yet.
Something happened. I'm sure somebody in the chat saw it. Something happened at the end of the Gun Club match with Austin Gunn. The jobber he was facing did something just so messed up that they edited it, changed it, and Austin Gunn got out of the ring pissed off. Really fucking mad at his opponent. And then you can see the look on Billy Gunn and everybody else. They looked at him and like, oh. And they just walked off. He left mad too. He was angry as hell.
So you mean to tell me that this is more important than my boy Tony D'Angelo wrestling on NXT?
The guy from Chicago?
The guy from New York?
No. I heard that asshole say he's from Chicago.
Either way, he's in New York and Chicago.
Get this guy out of here.
Bro, listen, if you don't go watch, he's going to have you sleep with the fucking fishes, man.
Get this guy out of here.
You know, his family's in waste management, bro. Don't piss him off.
He might work out. You seem to have a spot for him in your heart because he's from your neck of the woods and
Bro, he came out wearing a velvet jog suit, bro.
Oh my god, dude.
This guy had a guinea fucking wife beater on, bro. I mean, how can't you like that?
From what I hear, he was fresh off of the set of The Sopranos.
Listen, man, he could have starred in the Saints in Newark, whatever the fuck that shit's called.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Is it? I gotta watch it. Everybody's saying, oh, you gotta watch it. Then maybe I'll get into The Sopranos. It's a prequel, right?
Yeah, you gotta watch the fucking Sopranos first, man.
Oh, I gotta watch The Sopranos first and not this one?
Yeah, do not. This is not a prequel you can watch first. No, you will be lost as shit, man.
Okay. All right. We'll see. I need something new to watch. I don't have my Walking Dead like I used to do. I watch them all now. I got to wait every week for a fucking new episode.
See, that's why I didn't start this season yet. I don't want to do that.
Anyway, I appreciate you guys joining me, man. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed. We're going to hit this post show right now, right at the top. Jesse, we didn't even get an Adam Cole Bay theme music entrance. We didn't get a crowd sing along. We didn't get anything. We just got 8 guys in the ring. They went right to the top, and we got an 8-man tag to open this show that was absolutely just out of this world crazy, man. I don't even know how to break this thing down for everybody. But all I remember in this thing is Adam Cole teasing a dive, and he did not do it. He stopped middle in the ring to give us Adam Cole Bebe. And then we got Kenny Omega trying to sit out powerbomb Luchasaurus with the help of the Super Elite, and he dropped Luchasaurus, botched, and then he played it off as if he didn't give a shit because he knew Philadelphia was going to be all over him, so he said, you know what, whatever. But this was a great tag team match. This was an absolute banger of an open, and the Super Elite beats Bryan Danielson and friends in what I thought was one of the better opening matches on Dynamite in recent memory. And this is not done by a long shot with Bryan and Omega. Clearly, they got in the ring. Fans were eating it up like crazy. Adam Cole is as over as anybody in the industry right now. It's still mind-boggling to me how WWE let this guy just walk out of the company. And then the Young Bucks and what they have done as heel acts is just unbelievable. I mean, what'd you think of this open? What'd you think of the minor botch at the end? What'd you think of how everything transpired tonight? This was an absolute banger of an open.
It was. I mean, let's not forget the opening we just got, what was it, last week? With the Kenny and Bryan?
Well, I mean, we got Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson opening at Grand Slam, but then we got Bryan Danielson and Nick Jackson on Rampage.
Oh, that's right. That was 2 weeks ago for Kenny and Bryan. Yeah. But that's how they've been. This is like the 3rd straight week. They've been opening up with hot matches. Yeah. And what I like about the start of this with no entrances is it's AEW is learning. They're learning to deal with time management and things like that. I mean, sometimes if you want to squeeze everything in, you got to find out where to clip things here and there. And that, I mean, hey, I'm sure this is the cool part. The entrances are awesome. But for us sitting at home, we can pull up YouTube and look at any Adam Cole entrance we want. Yep. The live fans in attendance, they got to see the Adam Cole entrance. They got all that shit. Yep. That's where they buy the tickets. They want to see the entrances live. They got their entrances. It's just for this moment, we didn't get to see it on TV because they were trying to cram more stuff into the show. They are learning. They're a new company learning going forward. I could appreciate that. And they're also learning how to order a TV show. So they're starting off with hot matches, getting to some meat into the sandwich, then they'll cap it off with another big segment at the end. They are mastering how to build a good show bell to bell on Dynamite on Wednesday nights. I like that so much about them right now.
And shout out to the fans of Philadelphia, man. You guys absolutely brought it. You were hanging on legitimately every tag, every moment, every second of this match. So shout out to everybody that was in that crowd tonight. You guys were absolutely on fire. So Jungle Boy, we got Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage. They've been a little bit of a pairing lately. Christian Cage got taken out of the match. Now, I don't know if this was a legitimate injury or if this was just something to put the baby faces in a come-from-behind position. I don't think he's really hurt. I think it was more of the second thing that I just mentioned. But he got taken out of the match because he got pile-driven, indie taker by the Young Bucks on the outside. And then Doc Sampson, the official doctor of AEW, he was out there. And then the Young Bucks were just super kicking Marco Stunt. And they were attacking Jungle Boy right in front of the Doc. And Christian Cage was out of the match. So it was a 4-on-3 situation for the duration of this match. So picking her up at the end, we got Jungle Boy trying to take on the Elite all by himself. Cole delivered a Panama Sunrise on Jungle Boy. And then Danielson re-entered. He gave the Young Bucks kicks. He gave Omega a barrage of kicks. Bucks and Cole gave him eventually a triple super kick. Then they gave him a 4-way BTE trigger. And that was it. Cutler sprayed Nick with cold spray afterwards, healing it up. And this was a wild start to a great match. The botch, it wasn't really all that bad, but I know it's going to get clipped to fucking insane. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It's going to get clipped and it's going to get shared around by all the hate Twitter accounts on social media. It is what it is. Kenny Omega played it off like, listen, I don't give a fuck. I'm the world champion. Everybody loved everything but that. Whatever. Nobody's perfect. So, kudos to him for playing it off so well and not really stressing about it in the moment that it happened. But, Luchasaurus is a big guy. I don't know what they were thinking there, but it is what it is. Wild start. Great match. Not really much else I could say about it. Like Jesse said, typical AEW Open, they usually bring the fire right at the top of the hour. We got John Mox. I'm sorry, Jesse, again.
I'm sorry. I like how Philadelphia laid into him for that botch too, because that's what we do, man. They're a bunch of marks themselves in the ring. They know they messed it up. They know that we're gonna get on them, and Philadelphia let them have it. But they took it, okay. And like you said, then they moved on, and it was still, considered a great match. It happens. And we're gonna give you shit because we're assholes as super fans. So that's fine. When the fans, when they get one over on the fans, the Bucks and the Elite have no problem rubbing it in our faces, so they kind of give it right back to them. It's kind of like friendly banter in the way they got on them. I kind of appreciate that.
Yeah, we know where Bryan and Omega are going. What about the other individuals that were in this match? Where do you see everything kind of going from here on out? I know we got in Cole and Jungle Boy. That was a great match. Maybe we get another Young Bucks and Jurassic Express out of it. Maybe we get an Adam Cole versus Christian Cage match eventually. Where do you see all of this heading? Do you see this to be a big possible war game situation somewhere in 2022, or is Tony Khan going to be going around in circles trying to book these 8 guys all together?
I was, with the debut of that TBS title, now I'm kind of worried about when they're going to bring these trios titles. But I was getting ready to say they can put them all in the trios division because you got plenty of trios laying all over with these guys right now.
Yeah, and that would have been perfect.
It would have worked, but I don't know if they're going to space out debut new titles. So for right now, I'm going to put Bryan against Cole. That should be something because Kenny's going to be busy with Hangman. So it should definitely be Bryan and Cole in the match. The Bucks versus the Jurassic Express. But for what? I don't know. For great wrestling, Bucks should be at the bottom of the line. They lost the fucking titles. Move on.
Yeah, wins matter.
Yeah, that's it. So I see them facing Jurassic Express. And we kind of go from there. We can see where they go after Full Gear with Hangman as champion, but then that kind of opens things up. Maybe Hangman Cole because Cole beats Bryan maybe at Full Gear. We'll see.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that happening. Adam Cole versus Bryan Danielson at Full Gear. Oh my good. And then we got Omega and Page. That's a great 1-2 combo right there. That's crazy.
Still cutting in and out.
Yeah, he's still cutting in and out a little bit. It's all right. It's not as bad as last week. Remember when we said Luchasaurus was a little lukewarm for a little bit, and he wasn't really as hot as he used to be with Jungle Boy? Now Jungle Boy's getting hot. Do you feel like Luchasaurus is kind of feeling the rub from that? Because he was mega over tonight. He was big time over in Philly. Or was it just Philadelphia being a great wrestling town?
I think it's a Philadelphia thing. They need to get Luchasaurus back on track because, he's off track. Look, in Philadelphia, I think they gave them everything that they deserved. Because Luchasaurus is awesome. But he is just kind of, what has he done other than he's on the same level as Marco Stunt right now as far as what exactly have you done? Jungle Boy is the superstar of that group right now, which is not something that was foreseen when they started.
So do you think they should break up?
Hell no. You crazy?
So don't break them up.
No, they just need more tag team wins right now. So beating the Bucks in a tag team match would help. They just need tag team wins right now. That's all. And Luchasaurus will benefit from a rub in that way. They can even take a run at the tag team titles, and they can lose, but they just need to be in title contention. They need to be put on more as far as being a reputable tag team, and Luchasaurus will start to see more shine from it. But from right now, he's just Jungle Boy's bodyguard.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see them winning some matches and getting a tag team title match against the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah.
And they've wrestled before in the past. So, again, there's a couple of different avenues that Tony Khan can take here, but I think the most exciting one that you just previously mentioned is Bryan Danielson versus Adam Cole at Full Gear. I definitely see that being a thing. So we will see what happens with that, but it was a great open. 18 minutes, the Super Elite get the big victory over Bryan Danielson and his friends. Jon Moxley was backstage. He said lately he's been a little out of sorts and pissed off. He must have watched Monday Night Raw. I'm not sure. He said he has no patience for anything that takes patience. He said no matter what anyone says, no one can pin or submit him. He says he's been in a ladder match before. You want to get weird, you want to get stupid with ladders, let's do it. He says he doesn't know what's going on anymore because he has a three-month-old at home, and she is absolutely insane. He said Philadelphia is his city, AEW is his company, and that's his belt, and he wants it back. So, more of the same from Moxley. Always a great promo. He's going to be in Atlantic City this weekend. He's wrestling Matt Cardona and Nick Gage in a triple threat match as he defends the GCW championship in Atlantic City at the Showboat. It's going to be fucking crazy.
Hope Cardona wins.
It's going to be absolutely crazy, man. That show is, I think, sold out. So good for them. So we got CM Punk. CM Punk is out there. He comes out. There is a fan holding a sign, and this was shown on TV. Punk fears Hook. I don't understand it, bro. I really, it's like Von Wagner. I don't get it. It's gotta be the hair, bro. It's gotta be the fucking hair. I don't know what it is with Hook.
I don't know, man. Hook is over.
I guess so. He's got his own little niche audience on social media.
Yep.
I don't get it. Anyway, Punk greeted the announcers, I think he gave one of them a high five, maybe he gave the other one a middle finger. I'm not sure. Maybe he gave Excalibur the middle finger. I don't know. Punk then did a stage dive into the crowd, which he almost missed. I thought he was going to miss it. But he actually... He dove a little too early there, man.
And no more skipping leg days for Punk, man.
No, they luckily caught him. And then he went over to somebody in the front row. It's a little kid. He was dressed as Orange Cassidy. And he was selling it like Orange Cassidy would. Punk had some words with him. And that was a nice little moment there. More to come on that in a second. Just Punk in the ring cutting a usual promo, thanking the fans. He said every week he shows up thinking that they'll get tired of him. But he's all for keeping the love fest going. He pointed out his Jordans that he just bought, I believe. I don't know, Jesse. I think you may be a shoe guy, right?
I'm not a big shoe guy.
You're not a big shoe guy? Punk, I believe, said he paid upwards towards $1,000 for these new Jordans he was wearing. They're like the latest Jordans. So
I don't get the latest are all throwbacks to the olds.
I don't know, but he just recently bought these. I know he mentioned something. I seen something with him buying Jordans. And he was blown away by the price. But he bought them anyway. Because he can.
15.
1,500?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's a lot of fucking money for shoe wear, bro. 1,700, says Marathon Gaming in the chat.
Who is this kid?
I don't know, but he pointed at his Jordans. He said he came from humble beginnings. Talked about his history in Philadelphia. Talked about wrestling Wednesdays through Sunday. Then he ran a wrestling school on Mondays and booze on Tuesdays. Yeah, he got booze on Mondays. You know why. He said he ran a wrestling training school, ate, slipped, and breathed, or slept rather, typo, breathed pro wrestling. He said he loved Philadelphia so much because it gave him everything. He said because of the money he made in Philadelphia, he bought himself an iPod and a laptop, and he thought he was rich. He said he wasn't rich because of the money. He was spiritually rich because he had everything he ever wanted. He said he was immersed in a community, and he said he's glad he re-immersed himself back in the wrestling community. So we got CM Punk chants breaking out. He said Philly is and will always be special to him, so he wants to give back to them. He says he's going to buy them all cheesecake. And then he corrected himself. Cheesesteaks.
Didn't get booed.
Is it cheesesteak or cheesecake? Listen, I would prefer the cheesecake if you don't mind. I'm not a big cheesesteak guy. See, I even messed it up. It's a tongue twister. I don't know. I can't have. Listen, man. I haven't found a good cheesesteak that I really enjoyed and said, you know what, I'm going to order a cheesesteak. But cheesecake.
But at the same time, I've never been to Philly.
A cheesecake, though, I know where to get some good cheesecake. Anyway, I'm here talking about fucking Titus Catering. Let's talk about Punk. Cheese steaks. He joked it wasn't cheesecake because he made a little flubber there. He said he'll either wrestle for them or buy them cheesesteaks. What's it going to be, Philadelphia? So the fans chanted, wrestle, wrestle. He told them to go buy themselves a cheesesteak, and he will wrestle. Then he called out Daniel Garcia, who tried to end this all before it even got started back in Chicago. He said if he has any balls, he'll face him on Rampage. And that was pretty much it. And then Jesse, after the segment was over, he took off the $1,700 Jordans, and he gave them to this kid front row who was dressed as Orange Cassidy. And he had a few more words for him. Excalibur said Tony Khan just made Punk versus Garcia official for Friday. I don't know who this kid was or what type of relationship he had with Punk. I don't know what happened here, but I mean, if that kid got $1,700 Jordans that CM Punk was wearing probably one and only time on wrestling TV, I'm putting that shit on a mantle in a glass somewhere on a nice little podium in my office. I ain't wearing them motherfuckers ever, bro. That was a great moment, and it just goes to show you how great of a human being CM Punk is.
Yeah, that was amazing. You know, it seems like one of those moments that you might end up looking back at, 10 years from now, and that kid ends up growing up, training and becoming a wrestler and bringing those shoes to one of his first shows or something. And, it feels like one of those Bailey moments, as a kid getting on. Who was it? Was it AJ Lee? No, Lita from Lita.
Yeah.
All of a sudden she's a superstar herself. I mean, that kid was, he's a fan. He's a super Punk probably saw that kid and saw himself as a kid, and felt generous. I don't know who that kid was, but lucky him.
I know. I'm very curious to know who this kid was and why he was treated the way he was tonight by Punk. Maybe he knows Punk. Maybe he's a part of Punk's family. I have no idea, but it was a great moment, to say the least. We got one thing I don't like about this, though. And I know I may be nitpicky here. Punk said he was going to wrestle in front of the Philadelphia crowd. Clearly, he didn't wrestle on tonight's show. For anybody, Jesse, that's not like us who watch weekly and just tuning in as a casual viewer, and they hear CM Punk say something like this, and then they don't see him wrestle, but Tony Khan is putting him on Friday instead of Wednesday. Isn't it a little confusing to a casual viewer that Punk says he's going to wrestle in front of the Philadelphia crowd, not to wrestle tonight, but to wrestle on Friday? They're pretty much admitting to you that Rampage is Rampage. It's not really that important. Come watch CM Punk if you want to watch CM Punk wrestle on Friday. Here's our taped show Friday from Philadelphia that was taped on Wednesday. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't like the tape shows as much as the live shows. For me, it's because of commentary. When it's a live show, you can kind of hear the crowd background. On a tape show, it just sounds like they're in the studio recording sound over.
Yeah.
It's not the same. And that dynamic alone is different for me. It changes the live feel. But I don't know. Do they do any more live Rampages at all?
It's going to be very scarce. I think maybe before major pay-per-views. Because I think AEW is going to do that whole make the whole town into a weekend type deal. So we haven't had a live one, I don't believe, since the first dance.
Chicago. Yeah, probably. I mean, if they did them more, great. But I mean, I get it, man. You gotta. Everything's about, not everything, but it's about money when it comes to production and live TV and everything.
Yeah,
I get it.
What do you think of the ratings about Rampage? Everybody making a big deal. Oh, look, the ratings are down. Rampage is garbage and yada yada yada. I mean, do you make a big deal about the ratings for Rampage? Are they where they are? Did you expect them to be where they are right now? And what do you say to the people making a big deal about these ratings, thinking that AEW is failing?
I don't think the ratings are bad. I mean, look, if you're getting 600,000 viewers in that time slot, you know, hey, hats off to you. You're doing something right because that's a dead spot, man.
Yeah.
Nobody is sitting up and waiting for a show to come on that list. I'm not gonna lie, and my wife can testify to this. There's plenty of times where I forget that Rampage is gonna come on. Because come that time, that's 9 o'clock here. Cause come that time, I'm winding my evening down, or if it's the weekend, I might be doing something with my kids, watching them, something like that, and I don't want to stop what I'm doing to go watch a show that just started at 9 o'clock. I'd rather just DVR it and watch it in the morning.
Yeah.
So I mean, for the most part, I'll catch it live, but a few times, it's kind of late, man. I'd rather get up in the morning and watch it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're doing terrible. I mean, they still managed to draw interest to it. I bet you anything. I haven't looked into this. I don't know this for any kind of certainty, but I bet you whatever it was that TNT had going on at that time, I bet you Rampage is out viewing that one.
Oh, absolutely.
So they're doing something. And again, they're just starting. I think they're going to end up moving to a better time slot once they start resituating these shows, moving Dynamite to TBS and do all that stuff.
Yep, and I do think a lot of people do miss the fact that they are number one at that time slot on all of cable television, so that's a big win in itself. And then number two, it's not going to stay at the 10 p.m. hour, which is a death time slot anyway. It's not going to stay there for the duration. They're definitely going to move it to another night. They're going to move it to a better time slot. They're going to move it to 2 hours. It's all in the works. We all know this. It's not staying 1 hour at 10 p.m. for forever.
No, anybody who's trying to throw shade and be happy that the ratings are down for this, like that, those are the people who are just looking for anything to try to throw up and say, "Hi, look, they're not so great." If Rampage came on at 3 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday night, live, and then they only did 500,000, you can come back and say, "Look at these horrible ratings." Yeah, they were on in the middle of the night, bro. I mean, come on. It's they know. The networks know. The company knows. They know that their time slot for that show is not a time slot to try to draw ratings. No one is expecting it. Otherwise, it'd be on primetime television.
Who's expecting it? The fucking egg on Twitter with the 16 numbers in his name.
People who know absolutely nothing about business, ratings, or television.
Give me a break, man. You want to know what I know about, or what I want to know of, or know the story behind? Why is Cody Rhodes wearing a suit when he's leisurely spending time at home, bro? Did you see the way he walked out of his home tonight? Was he going to a business meeting? Did he have an interview with network executives? Like, what the fuck was he wearing? This pink button-down shirt with a silver vest and a pink tie? Where's he going? Does he walk around his home like that, bro? Does he own a pair of pajamas?
Maybe he just got home from work.
What work?
I don't know.
He works at AEW.
The network. He's running a fucking TV show.
Oh, give me a break. This guy walks out, full custom suit, and Arn Anderson is in his backyard, standing in front of burning barrels.
Why would you go out and approach somebody,
bro,
in your backyard who's already threatened to shoot you in the goddamn face?
Well, not only that, but bro, Arn Anderson is standing in front of a burning barrel in the dark. I don't get it.
Cutting a promo.
This guy
to a camera crew.
This guy was in Cody's backyard. Cody stepped onto the balcony and asked Arn what was he doing. Cody came down the stairs and asked, "What are you gonna do? Shoot me?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. He will.
Bro, in one promo, Arn Anderson became the most legit baddest motherfucker in all of pro wrestling.
Bro, after that promo, there was Arn Anderson t-shirts with guns all over.
Yes, I need one of those.
Jesus Christ, he went right to the fucking artist, whoever did the show. I need guns on my t-shirt now, pronto.
This guy he is not fucking around, dude.
Jesus Christ, man. Cody said that was an expensive suit. So Arn asked for Cody's tie. So Arn was about to burn it. He said, whoa. Do we really need to do that? So Cody told him not to burn it. Listen, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. Arn said, no, you don't. And he slapped the shit out of him. Slapped him in the face. Cody took the tie and threw the tie into the fire himself. Are we getting a heel turn, bro, or are we going to get Arn Anderson snapping some sense into Cody, man? I'm kind of worried now. I'm kind of worried.
I'm kind of enjoying Arn just beating the shit out of Cody.
Listen, Arn is more over than fucking Cody in this situation, man.
Oh, God. You kidding me? You kidding me? Right now, let Cody come out to a live crowd, see the reaction he gets. Then let Arn come out and see what reaction he gets.
Is he Arn Anderson or is he Armed Anderson?
Oh, God, he should be armed. He's definitely Armed Anderson.
I like it.
They can use that promo just to make him a badass every other week. Let him come out in a fucking jacket with nothing on the inside, but let him stick his hand in the holster and it's like come up. And then just people get scared and run away. Like, that's right. Fuck.
I don't know, man.
Arn fucking Anderson, dude.
Arn got a second fucking lease on life with his goddamn promo last week, man. Go for him.
God, I love it.
We got
and I'm sorry to cut you. That's a prime example of how just saying the right thing on the microphone in front of a live crowd will get you over in the ring. That's it. You just got to find your gimmick and you just got to say the right shit and you'll be over. Just like fucking that, bro.
Well, it also is a testament to AEW's marketing team and merchandising team because they pump out some fucking great T-shirts, man. They really do. Any little thing is into a T-shirt. I love it.
Get it out there quick.
We got Sammy Guevara. He was cutting a promo about Bobby Fish being the first to openly challenge him for the TNT Championship. Sammy Guevara bought Fuego del Sol a new truck. So there you go. Sammy, I'd like a new truck, too. You want to get me and Jesse new trucks?
At this point, Fuego del Sol is going to have a bigger fucking garage than Jay Leno.
Bro, Fuego can fit all his L's into his fucking garage, too. He needs a fucking even bigger garage for all those L's. Holy shit. Then we got a video package about Bobby Fish. He was shown training in an MMA cage and said Sammy Guevara would be the shortest reigning TNT champion of all time. So we got a TNT Championship match. Apparently, Bobby Fish is now all elite. Good for him. Sammy Guevara versus Bobby Fish, TNT title. I will say this, man. This was short, sweet, to the point. These guys wrestled very good. Bobby Fish looked very impressive for his debut on AEW television. He knew what this was going to mean for him. He brought it. Very good for him. The last time we saw him on NXT, I don't remember who he wrestled, but I do remember how Bobby Fish looked. He looked winded. He looked defeated. He looked like he almost didn't want to be there. And I didn't notice it in the moment. I noticed it after watching him wrestle tonight. I asked myself, where the fuck was this Bobby Fish when Undisputed Era broke up and he was riding solo over there in NXT? He didn't do anything like what he did tonight, but I guess this was kind of his sell moment. I'm going to sell myself to Tony Khan. I want this fucking contract, man. So he put on a great match with Sammy Guevara, got himself a contract out of it. He looked very impressive tonight. What you think of Bobby Fish in his singles match against Sammy Guevara tonight, AEW debut?
He looked like Bobby Fish to me. He looked like he was on top of his game, but, Bobby Fish is still Bobby Fish. He's going to, pretty much work his ass off in the ring. The promo ability is not really there. And he is going to need a faction to kind of get into to kind of stay relevant, to be honest with you.
Well, they did show him doing some MMA. You think he hooks up with Dan Lambert?
That's very possible, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Where's Roddy?
Roddy is the Cruiserweight champion in NXT.
He's still in NXT?
Yeah.
Wow, he's a champion.
He is the NXT Cruiserweight champion. He beat Kushida 2 weeks ago.
I had no idea. I thought they released him.
Yeah. Diamond Mine apparently is still a thing, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah. I bet he wish he got fired now.
Listen, man, if Kyle O'Reilly, you said NXT's not going to let Kyle O'Reilly go. But I'd love to see Red Dragon in AEW reformed.
Nope. After watching Adam Cole blow up, and they're probably looking back, wow, we probably shouldn't let him go. And then Fish showed up, like, wow, okay. Well, guess where this guy's going if you let him go? Nope.
Listen, man, you think O'Reilly is hanging around Von Wagner and happy about it?
Hey, man. He's gonna be laying down for Von Wagner for the complete extent of his contract, bro.
Jesus Christ. Sucks to be fucking Kyle O'Reilly. Smiley Kyle over there. Anyway, his tag team partner, Bobby Fish, looked very good tonight against Sammy Guevara. They traded some big strikes right away. Fish went for a big roundhouse kick, and Guevara grabbed one of the ropes to counter. So that didn't go too well for Fish. Guevara hit a drop kick and a enziguri. Fish kicked out his legs on a springboard attempt, sending Guevara crashing to the mat off the top rope, which looked pretty good. Looked brutal as well as Sammy hit the mat pretty hard. They went to Fish's background in combat sports, so they're giving him that type of feel. I wonder if the plan is to really pair him up with Top Team and Dan Lambert. Fish went for a slingshot senton. Guevara countered by getting his knees up. He took Fish down with a back elbow clothesline. Fish countered with the springboard. He was met with a jumping knee in retaliation from Sammy. Fish hit a high kick, backdrop driver, standing Spanish fly by Sammy. That was a moment of separation there. Guevara climbed the ropes and looked for a 630, but Fish popped up and kicked Guevara down. Fish landed an avalanche Falcon Arrow, which looked beautiful off the top rope for a near fall. He then hit a corner exploder for another near fall. Guevara then avoided a buzzsaw kick, and literally out of the buzzsaw kick and the miss, he went for the GTH out of nowhere and got the 1-2-3 on Bobby Fish. He retains the TNT Championship. Immediately, once the bell rang, American Top Team comes out, and Dan Lambert is out there with Scorpio Sky and gang, and they cleared the ring of Sammy, beat the shit out of him. Jericho and Hager ran out for the save. They cleared the ring once some of Sammy's Inner Circle brothers came out there. Enough
an hour later, man.
I know. I don't know where the fuck they were, but at least they came out. At least they came out. So Jericho came out, and the crowd started singing his song. They started singing Judas without the music playing, and Dan Lambert said, "Enough of this stupid song," and then the song stopped. I guess he ran out with his music playing. I don't really remember because I was so just enthralled with the fucking crowd and how hot they were during the segment and how much heat Dan Lambert was getting. And the crowd started to sing the lyrics without the actual music playing. Dan Lambert kept egging them on, and he kept saying, "Hurry up, would ya?" When it was over, he said he wanted to clear up some confusion on who's in control here. He called Philadelphia a shit-stained town. He said on October 15th, Dynamite will be in Miami, and Jorge Masvidal is the king of the 305. He challenged them to a match against Men of the Year and Junior Dos Santos, with Masvidal at ringside as a special enforcer. Jericho said, "Listen, I didn't hear a fucking word you said because of the crowd." His mic went dead all of a sudden for no reason. Threw it down. They handed him, I guess, the same microphone. It started working again. Jericho picked it up, and then he said, "We're going to beat the living shit out of you in Miami," and the match is made. I don't know what you're thinking about this, Jesse. We got Jericho and the Inner Circle feuding with American Top Team and Dan Lambert. I'm not really enthralled with this promo, or not the promo, but the feud going on. But man, man, Dan Lambert's promo, he was getting shut the fuck up chants tonight. And that is the best kind of chant, dude. I love that.
This guy is great. I knew it from this guy from the first time I saw him. About 10 to 15 seconds after he started talking, he had my attention. And at the end of that promo, I sat there and said, "This guy is legit. I love him. Whoever he's with is getting over." Yeah. And but I'm with you. This feud with the Inner Circle. No, I'm really Inner Circled out, man. I would just kind of want them to just kind of disband and just do their own thing.
Listen,
I mean, Pinnacle, fine, awesome. Inner Circle, no, man, it's done.
Listen, I'm booking the Lucha Brothers to drop those titles to Proud and Powerful. Okay, I think Proud and Powerful are going to be the next tag team champions after the Lucha Brothers. As soon as Proud and Powerful win those tag team titles, I'm booking their first major championship match against Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, that would work. I mean, these guys are. Speaking of, did you ever go watch that promo with Scorpio Sky on Dark?
I did not.
Nope.
I did not.
See? And it was easily the best promo of his at least his AEW career, because that's what I've known of it. But I mean, promos like that on live TV and with Lambert in this corner, Scorpio Sky is on the right track finally. Ethan Page is Ethan Page. He'll be fine. Scorpio Sky was not pulling his own weight, but after that promo, I like it.
We'll see what happens there, but we got this match signed in Miami. It's going to be I believe, a 6-man tag. Is that what it said? Men of the Year and Junior Dos Santos. Yeah, it's going to be a 6-man tag against Jericho, Hager, and Guevara. So there you go.
Inner Circle is just not doing it, dude. Sammy's on point. Jericho, no. I mean, Hager, no. And what are they doing?
They don't. The thing is, they don't need to do. They have everybody else to do now, because they've done their part. Jericho's done his part. The Inner Circle have done their part. So now he has at the leisure of AEW and Tony Khan. He can do whatever he wants when he wants. He wants to work with somebody. I'm sure he's got creative control. He's got pull back there. He can do whatever he wants, but he doesn't need to be, how he was in year one. So this is the result of that.
The way he's kind of just hanging right now makes me more upset that he beat MJF.
Yes.
It's like, why?
Well, I mean, that's Jericho for you. MJF is like a fucking sponge, man. He doesn't take any negativity from that.
No.
I already forgot about it until you just brought it up.
Oh, I'm not gonna forget. And Anthony Ogogo.
Who
lost to Cody?
Oh, no go.
Man,
where's he at? Is he even signed still?
Yeah, man, the guy's injured. Leave him alone.
He's injured. Oh well. Anyway, he ain't coming back. Where's he going? Send him to NXT.
No, come on, man. He's fine. He had eye surgery, I believe.
Did he?
Yeah. Orbital.
Oh, good for him.
Yep.
Maybe he'll come back and he'll see things clear.
They just filmed a documentary for him, too.
Oh, is he on that new show? Roads to the Top, your favorite new show?
God, no, not.
He was on there. Cody was complaining about the scale being broken during that weigh-in.
Oh, God, dude. Fucking.
I haven't watched that. I haven't watched the debut episode yet. I don't think I will.
I haven't watched any of it. I'm not going to.
No.
I did watch a shot of Brandi this week with Big Shotty.
My boy Big Shotty was on a shot of Brandi?
Big Shotty was on the shot of Brandi.
Oh, man. What was he drinking?
Shout out to Big Shotty. They made...
Listen, don't butter him up.
No.
Come on.
I gotta butter him up because I'm getting ready to chop him down.
Don't tell me he drank some pussy ass drink, bro. Come on.
No. What did they make, bro? It was like fucking mojitos or something like that. I think it was mojitos. But then they started using Tito's vodka. But nonetheless.
What's wrong? Whoa. What's wrong with Tito's vodka?
And a mojito.
Well, that's Brandi for you. She can't wrestle and she can't make alcohol drinks either. So, I mean, what the fuck did you expect?
Again, but I don't know. But Big Shotty, man, this guy, I mean, he has interesting things to say. He just doesn't really project them very well. Like, he talks like, he kind of talks just like in the tone of Arn Anderson. Yeah, no, it's really good. I like that. We had fun doing that. And Brandi, not necessarily being, all Miss Charisma herself, she was even like 2 to 3 times more charismatic than Lee Johnson was at that time. I mean, he was just kind of he had this like living room voice on, and it's kind of like I'm just sitting there like, dude, you are killing me. Speak up, amp it up.
So what you're telling me is Big Shotty should have had about 4 of these mojitos before they hit record on that iPhone to film that video.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd have been great. And of course, Cody was there too.
Does Cody even drink?
Yeah,
Cody drinks.
Yeah, he drinks. Yeah, he drank. He was on an episode of Shot at Brandi since she came back, and he drank then.
I don't know, man. I gotta watch this to see what you're talking about. I don't know. Maybe he was nervous.
I don't know. I mean, look, man. You just got to see it. I mean, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. He would just kind of like he didn't want to be there.
Listen, so what you're telling me is he should have had 4 of these mojitos, and Brandi would never be a bartender in the venue here.
Hey, man, maybe he could have brought Julia with him. They mentioned how they went
Well, they mentioned Julia Hart and what? What?
They mentioned how they went public with their relationship.
Oh.
So
you had some derogatory things to say about Julia Hart as well, didn't you?
No, she's fantastic, man.
Oh yeah.
She's okay. She's actually low-key.
You know, I didn't hear you mention her for the TBS Championship. What's wrong there, buddy?
Yeah, because I saw her wrestle the other day. Look, again, she's getting better. Okay, I even said this about Abaddon. She's getting better. Abaddon is getting better, and Julia Hart is getting better. Although I want to say that they have not tried and they're having.
Abaddon is getting better.
Getting better.
Getting better at what? Eating flesh?
Man, look, man, they're getting better, but they're not there. They're not there yet, but they are getting. You can tell that they're working at it.
Listen. Tian Sha, whatever. Mei Ying lost to Indy Hartwell on Tuesday night on NXT, bro. I listen. I'm over the who? What?
Tian what?
What's her name? The fucking 1,000-year-old woman on NXT. What's her name? Tian Sha, right? The fucking one with Xia Li. Remember her, the old woman?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, she lost to Indy Hartwell in 2 minutes.
I know Indy Hartwell, so okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying these supernatural characters, bro. I don't care about them anymore.
Yeah. How do you lose if you're one of these supernatural characters?
I don't know.
How can you be this big anonymous character, but then you get pinned 1, 2, 3?
I don't know.
That's why.
Where do you go from there?
That's why Abaddon's 22-2.
Well, we'll see. Maybe Abaddon wins the TBS Championship. Maybe she eats the title. I don't know.
Shit,
maybe she eats it and it goes away.
Number one goddamn contender.
I don't know. Whatever. We'll be seeing more of Abaddon, and Vandelli would be a happy man.
Vandelli's gonna be, in his bedroom with a nice pump of lotion for the rest of the damn night, man.
Listen, bro. What's wrong with you?
Abaddon is on his way.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about Vandelli. Put the lotion in the basket, Vandelli, when you see Abaddon. There you go.
Lotion in the basket, man.
Darby Allen had a sit-down interview with Jim Ross. Ross said MJF was a total ass last week. He brought up his face paint. Darby said Max made things very public last week. He said he had an experience with his uncle when he was 5 years old. He said he was drinking and driving that night, and he died. He said he paints his face, half of his face anyway, because 50% of him feels dead inside. He said he faced death that day, but he's still there. He said Max can say whatever he wants, and everyone expected him to pop Max in the face, but mentally and physically, he won't beat Max, or he won't let Max beat him. He said Max has never faced someone like him before. This was actually a very good promo. I like the vibe of it. I like these Jim Ross sit-down interviews. Some people had asked me, JD, do you think this is a real story? I do believe this is a take on reality here being brought to AEW television. And I think it's, Darby is already mega over. It's probably going to make him more over. It's probably going to work just as good for MJF because MJF is just a heat magnet and he's going to be even more of a prick. However, that's possible after this. I like this feud, Jesse. I like this promo. What'd you think of this promo? Darby Allen actually had a match with Nick Comoroto as well. Beat Nick Comoroto in 5 minutes with a coffin drop, clean win, quick win. What'd you think of this promo? And what do you think about this upcoming match with MJF?
Yeah, I think it's exactly what MJF needs after losing to Jericho. And I think beating Darby Allen will put him back on track with a credible win. And it's an L that Darby Allen can take because he's Darby fucking Allen. But after losing to Punk, I don't want to see him take too many L's.
Well, does MJF beat Darby here, and does him beating Darby lead to Punk coming out defending Darby and Punk and MJF battling it out at Full Gear?
Oh no, Punk has his handfuls with Hook.
Now listen, seriously, fuck Hook, man.
Nope. Punk and Hook, book it, man. There's no way that sign made it to TV and Tony Khan didn't see it and then not know chatter. Punk is getting Hook.
So CM Punk is going to single-handedly destroy all of Team Taz.
I don't know, man. I think Hook might go over.
Hook is not going over.
Hey, man. Hook is white hot, bro. You gotta face the facts, man.
I don't know,
White
man.
hot.
Hook is white hot.
White hot, man.
All right, we'll see what you're talking about. But I think this may be leading to an MJF CM Punk feud, and that makes me that gets me excited.
That's too soon. That's too soon because nobody can lose that match.
What are you talking about? Punk could lose that match.
Punk cannot lose that match.
Where's he going?
He can't lose a match right now.
Where's he going? Punk
To the win column.
Punk could commit murder in the ring, and people would fucking give him a standing ovation.
Everything Punk says and does these days makes front pages of the media, man. It's not the time to lose just yet.
People asking me, am I a hooker? No, I'm not a hooker. I'm not. Is that what his fans are, hookers?
That
What are you fucking people out of your mind, man? I don't believe you guys.
Why are you hating on Hook? Man?
I don't know. I'd love to know what the fuck a hook is. What is he?
By the way, I forgot on that shot of Brandi episode, Brandi turned heel. She uses metal spatulas in non-stick skillets.
She uses metal spatulas in non-stick skillets.
Yep.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
I don't know. That is the heelish shit I've seen anyone do in quite some.
Brandi, you need to use rubber, honey. What's wrong with you?
Dude, she is rubber. Use plastic. What the fuck?
Plastic.
Rubber melts. What the fuck?
Nah, well, you know what I mean.
Plastic.
You know what I mean. We got the shit downstairs over here.
Dude, that's some heelish shit, and she understands it too. I can't pray she's been getting hate comments and comments. Dress it, pissed off.
So what you mean to tell me now? I think the most important thing you're telling me on this podcast tonight is Brandi don't know how to make an alcoholic beverage, and she don't know her way around the kitchen. Is what you're telling me?
Hey man, facts are the facts.
I don't believe it.
Sometimes when I get bored, I'll put on a shot of Brandi while I'm cooking. Some of the stuff I see, man.
Hologram, I'm sorry. Rubber. Silicone is what I mean. See?
There you go. Okay.
Whatever. Same shit. You guys knew what I meant. Rubber.
Man, oh my God, dude. What the
anyway,
hell?
listen. Let's move on here. Dante Martin. He was in the ring. He got a promo. Promo time for Dante Martin.
Oh, he got fucking killed.
Yes, he did. He said for the past couple of months, he's been if he was dead tonight, he's going to be even deader in a couple of weeks. He said for the past couple of months, he's been proving he's a problem for everyone in the locker room. He said he even gave Kenny Omega a run for his money. He said he's there to fight anyone they send his way. The lights went dark, and then all of a sudden you see this fucking creepy figure of Malachi Black just standing there behind him. All you see is his eyes through that fucking skull mask he's wearing with the fucking horns. God, what a great visual. What a fantastic visual. I mean, is there anyone better right now presentation-wise in AEW outside of Malachi Black? My God. What a fucking beast.
It was fucking great. He was out there cutting this, this big-time babyface promo. I was like, I'm ready to fight.
Yeah.
Okay, who's this going to be? I thought we were going to get Buddy Murphy right then and there. Then it went black, and I'm like, wait, who is it? Who is it? A debut? I'm like, oh no, is that? And then it came back on. I'm like, that's it. This guy's dead.
The lights came back. The lights came back on. He was dead. Malachi Black was there. Spit the black mist in his face, and then boom, the Sin Eater right to the face, aka the Black Mass. Goodbye. So he picks up the microphone and says, the House of Black accepts. So it looks like Dante Martin is going to have to pay the boatman's toll ×2. Goodbye.
Killed.
Ricky Starks was in the ring. He was with the FTW title. He said the belt was built in Philadelphia. Indeed it was. He said Taz's mindset is what created this title, and it's his mindset. He said he can't say the same thing about Brian Cage. He said in typical Brian Cage fashion, he doesn't show up to work. He said he really wanted to wrestle him tonight in Philly, in a Philly street fight. Cage then charged out and attacked Starks. Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs pulled him out of the ring, and they all retreated because Brian Cage was a savage animal unleashed on Rampage. We're getting a Philadelphia street fight, and hopefully this is over once and for all. And Brian Cage wins the FTW title. Goodbye. I don't think he is. I think Ricky Starks is going to retain, but I mean, I just want this feud to be over, and I want them to do something different and move on with Brian Cage to something a little bit more meaningful so we don't have his wife bitch and moan on social media.
I was just getting ready to say, you know what I thought about when I saw Brian Cage? I said, oh, great, good. Now Melissa Santos can... She did him no favors.
No.
None.
Well, we'll see what happens. Should be a good match. Philadelphia Street Fight. It'll hide or mask the issues there that some of them might have with each other. And it should be a fun match.
Yeah.
We got Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. And she is the professor of the AEW women's division. This was not as good as I expected it to be. I don't know what was off about this in my eyes, but I don't know what it is, man. You know, I think Serena Deeb is great. We've seen Serena Deeb wrestle. We know how good she wrestles. There's something off with Shida. I don't know what it is. I don't think Shida's intense enough. I don't think she shows that she's intense, but in execution, if that makes any sense to you guys, it's not as intense. I don't think she's, you know, as intense as she needs to be, but something was off about this match. They had a plaque out there, or a little medal or whatever, a trophy for Hikaru Shida, and it had 50 wins, Hikaru Shida written all over it. If she won, she would get this award at the end of the match. So the match was a little sloppy in parts. Ultimately, it ended up being a decent little match between these two. Deeb chopped out Shida's knee late, hit a dragon screw over the ropes. She followed up with a swinging neck breaker. Shida came back with another knee strike. Avoided another chop block, hit an inverted power slam for 2. Running elbow. Then a Falcon Arrow by Shida, which is her finishing move. Got her near fall. Shida laid in some repeated knees. Deeb caught one and raked Shida's eyes right in front of the referee. She didn't give a shit. Then it was an inverted dragon screw. Deeb then hit the Deeb Tox for a near fall. And then she locked in the Serenity Lock and continued to bash Shida's knee. And Jesse, Shida tapped out. After the match, Deeb grabbed the 50 Victories Award or trophy and bashed it over Shida's head and threw it down to the ground, and it broke in half. Serena Deeb turns heel. I loved this heel turn because it's very simple. Serena Deeb was sent out there in this match, which would be Shida winning this match, getting 50 wins, first woman to do that in AEW on the roster. You know, if I was Serena Deeb, I would look at this and say, you're writing me off already. You already got a fucking award with her name written all over it for 50 wins. She won the match, which I was surprised by. I thought Shida was going to win this match, and they were going to do the heartfelt thing in Philly. But they pulled a fast one on us. Deeb won it, took the trophy, broke it, turned heel, and it was just so simple in execution. What'd you think of this?
I love it. I hated the match. I thought it was completely boring as hell.
Yeah.
And I was seriously thinking about going to the kitchen, and then the match ended, and I saw Deeb just start to lose her shit, and I was like, okay, now it's just got fucking interesting. Now it got interesting. I mean, everybody was sitting there wondering why, like, for, and by them doing that, I knew Deeb had to do something, man, because that's just disrespectful. So. I'm glad they did it. I like the turn. I like everything about Deeb. I mean, if anything, maybe she'll make Shida a little relevant in the turn, because now people are going to be their revenge, and now Deeb does it again.
Yeah, I like this. And Deeb is a perfect TBS champion
yes.
right out of the gate.
Absolutely. Somebody who with experience, who can wrestle, but we know they're not going to be put at the top of the company to defeat Britt Baker. So Deeb as TBS champion. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great. We got Alex Marvez catching up with Darby Allen backstage and said MJF has challenged him to a match next week. Darby said, of course, I accept. A limo drove up. Darby knew exactly what was going on here. He took off his shirt and he threw his skateboard down. He was ready to fight. A masked man hit him from behind with a chair. 2 other masked men got out of the limo and beat up Darby. They rammed him into a stop sign attached to a barricade backstage. One of them gave him an F10, which we all knew who that was. That was Wardlow underneath the mask. And then Excalibur said, that must have been Wardlow. No shit.
Whoa. We don't know who was under the fucking mask.
Bro, listen. Who else is doing F10s in AEW, bro?
Maybe it was fucking Brock Lesnar.
It was Brock. Maybe it was Brock Anderson.
Nah, yeah, maybe
he wanted to follow in his father's footsteps and do something sinister.
Hey, man, we don't know who it was. We don't know who it was.
All right, it was Wardlow. Another masked guy came and jabbed Darby in the throat with the skateboard. Shivani said that's got to be MJF. Says he's not fooling anyone at all. They laughed. They laughed at Darby, and then they were left Darby there gasping for air. Ha ha ha. You know, and then they got into the limousine, fixing their suits and whatnot, and they got into the limousine with the masks still on. Excalibur called this a sickening attack. So we had the Pinnacle, Jesse, attacking Darby Allen. The Pinnacle attacked Darby Allen. Okay. MJF is going to get his comeuppance against Darby.
We don't know. Okay, I'm just...
Bro, look at the belt buckle he was wearing, bro. Who wears belt buckles like that?
Belt buckle. We don't know who it was.
All right.
Could have been anybody.
All right.
Could have been. What if it wasn't them?
I don't know. We'll see. Lio Rush says he's a businessman. He offered guidance to Dante Martin after he now was sent to collect the boatman's toll. He offered to have his people call his people, and we'll talk some business. Just get in the ring. That's all the business I want to see from Lio Rush. Shivani stood backstage and interviewed Britt Baker and Rebel. She reacted to the TBS title. She said she wanted it to be the cartoon title. She said, it's great because now the jealous bitches in the back can fight over another title since they can't have the one that she's holding. I'll be watching from the top, she says. Good. It's exactly what a champion should say. Then we got the casino ladder, or it looked like a battle. Actually, it was like battle royal and ladder match mixed together because they still had the countdown timer. So it was a casino ladder match. Winner earns a future AEW title shot. We got Lance Archer. We got Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy, Andrade, El Idolo, Pac, and Matt Hardy. Those were the 6 guys. Then we got the Joker, which obviously you guys know we talked about it at the top of the hour. Adam Page came back. Cowboy shit is now back in AEW. This was fucking crazy. First of all, it was Orange Cassidy and Pac to start the match. They didn't really do much of anything. They were kind of feeling each other out, doing the whole hands in the pockets thing, and Pac getting pissed off. Then Andrade came out third. Pac set up a ladder. He climbed it. Andrade springboarded onto the ladder from the ropes, which looked great, and met Pac at the top. Executed a sunset bomb off the ladder, which got a holy shit chant. That looked like it fucking sucked for Pac. He put a ladder on Pac in the corner. Cassidy stepped in between them. He did the most devastating kicks in all pro wrestling, Orange Cassidy, to Andrade. Andrade then retaliated with a big overhand chop that resonated throughout all of Philadelphia. Cassidy ducked the chop. Andrade took him down with some kicks. Cassidy then did a head scissor takedown on both Pac and Andrade with his hands in his pockets. So Matt Hardy comes out. He was out fourth. He gave Cassidy a side effect right out of the gate in the ring. Hardy used a ladder to knock off all 3 opponents. Hardy climbed the ladder himself. Cassidy grabbed his leg, pulled him down. We go to commercial break. Lance Archer came out during the commercial break. Jake Roberts is back with Lance Archer, Jesse. He was on Dark, you said, right?
Yep.
So Lance Archer is back with Jake Roberts. Jake Roberts is back in good health. That's good to know.
He got a nice little pop, too. It's good to see Jake back. I was legitimately worried that he was going through more demons. Nope, he was getting some surgery. Jake is all right.
He threw somebody. A stagehand or somebody at Andrade. Then he battled Pac in the ring. He no-sold a Hardy forearm to the back. He delivered a one-arm slam. Set up a ladder middle of the ring. Archer bridged another ladder from the ladder to the ropes. And then put Cassidy on the bridge ladder. He splashed Cassidy on it. Set up the ladder middle of the ring. And out comes Jon Moxley. Lance Archer said, fuck this shit. I'm not waiting for you to get to the ring. This guy legitimately left the ring. Moxley came through the crowd. Archer met him in the crowd. They started brawling in the crowd. They brawled their way back to the ring. They started throwing chairs at each other. So they were going at it. Soon as they got back to the ring, Cassidy climbed Archer's back in the ring. Now, this is one of the more interesting spots in a ladder match. Archer was being beaten up in the ring by Moxley, and a ladder was around his head. So he got Superman punched or orange punched by Orange Cassidy with this ladder legitimately on his head and shoulders. So he was kneeling down or hunched over. Orange Cassidy jumped onto Archer's back and tried to climb the ladder with Archer's head in the ladder, trying to reach the fucking poker chip up top. Crazy stuff. So Moxley drop-kicked the ladder into Archer in the corner, and then the final entrant comes out. It was Adam Hangman Page. Crowd went crazy when his theme music hits. So the screen came up. He finally showed up to work, said the little graphic underneath his nameplate. 11-1 this year in singles matches. Hangman and Moxley fought middle of the ring. Big chant of cowboy shit. Moxley was knocked to the floor by Hangman, and then he caught Cassidy midair, threw him into a ladder. He took out Andrade and Hardy next. Pac hit he hit Hangman from behind with a chair. Pac grabbed the table, slid it into the ring. Pat put Hangman on the table, and they climbed up to the top of the ladder. Andrade fought Pac on top of the ladder. Pac knocked Andrade out of the ring through a fucking ladder that was bridged from the apron and the barricade, so he was taken out of the match completely. And then in the most devastating spot of the entire night, Adam Hangman Page did a fucking deadeye through the table, off the very top of the ladder, on Pac, and both of them were dead. I legitimately thought Adam Page already ruined his title run because I thought he blew out a knee. He rolled to the outside. He scared the living shit out of everybody. Pac did not look good after that either. He took a fucking nasty bump through that table, into the table, through the mat. Just a ridiculous spot. These guys were going all out. So Hangman then popped up eventually and won this thing, which I'll get to. But Moxley set up a ladder. He delivered a paradigm shift on Hangman, and Cassidy caught him up top on the ladder. Moxley, that is. Moxley bit Cassidy's face. Hardy knocked both of them down, and Hardy came back into play. He leapt off the ladder at ringside with a leg drop into the table that Orange Cassidy was laying on at ringside. Archer knocked Moxley off the ladder, which I didn't understand. They were battling up top the ladder, and then Moxley all of a sudden just fell and rolled out of the ring, and then he was gone for the match. I don't know what the fuck happened. You said, Jesse, to me in text, did God knock him off the ladder, you said? What happened?
I jumped to AEW.
I mean, God clearly didn't want Finn Balor to beat Roman Reigns, and now he didn't want Jon Moxley to grab the poker chip. God is a fucking heel, bro, the last couple of weeks. What's going on?
God, hey, man. God turned heel twice.
I don't know.
He showed up on the opposite show, too.
Listen, this guy eventually had a buckshot lariat. Hangman gave Archer a buckshot lariat, climbed the ladder. Mox hit him from behind with his chair, and after the ladder spot, he rolled out of the ring. Hangman knocked Mox down, looked wide-eyed, looked at the poker chip, grabbed it, won it, #1 contender. And that is the way the Dynamite 2-year anniversary show went off the air. Hangman Page earns an AEW title shot, which I'm assuming will be at Full Gear against Kenny Omega. And we will be looking at a new AEW World Champion. I thought this match was great. I thought it was, I thought they could have actually... You know, this is where the time management comes into play. Tony Khan did a very good job with the time management of the show. If this was given just maybe 5 or 6 more minutes, it could have been a little bit paced better. But these guys got a lot of their shit in. It was brutal. It was definitely worthy of a #1 contendership. The right guy won. I'm glad it's Page. I'm glad he's back. This makes sense. And a lot of things are now going to come to light with him in the title picture again, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. You know what I didn't like about this match, though? Why is Andrade in it?
He's undefeated.
Okay, why is Matt Hardy in it?
Matt Hardy is in it because he is the CEO of the Hardy family office. Right, and he's feuding with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, so we got no reason.
No.
So I didn't like Matt Hardy being in it just because he was not a believable winner. Nobody thought that Matt Hardy was going to go on to face Kenny Omega for the world. Well,
I'm going to stop you there. Let's be real. There's a ladder match. Matt Hardy's middle name is Ladder Match. That's why he's there.
Yes. So he's just there to lose.
Yes.
I mean, look, everyone who's not winning is there to lose. But
Yes.
did anybody think Matt Hardy was?
No, nobody thought Matt Hardy was going to win.
I don't like Andrade being in it because they haven't really done anything with him, and he should be getting some momentum behind him. And they put him in a ladder match just to lose.
Well, I mean, the ladder match provided him a stage to do some cool shit so people know who he is.
I want him on TV. I want him in a match to see him do cool shit. But, losing yet another title opportunity, I mean, it just doesn't seem like it's something it should have been. I'm like, why do we... Let's put him in a position to take off. And if he's going into the match, no, we're not going to have him win it or factor into the decision or anything like that. Leave him out of it. Leave him out. Put Jungle Boy in the match. Put somebody else in the match.
Listen, man, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the right guy won.
Right guy won.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see when Andrade's going to... He's been waiting around for Pac to get his, situation going and everything. They had their match. Where are we going with Andrade right now?
Well, they had that Lucha Brothers segment that Andrade is going to have two guys take down the Lucha Brothers and win those AAA tag team titles.
I hope so, man. They need to pull the trigger on this guy. He's getting cold.
I know. Well, listen, you could blame fucking Ric Flair for that, bro. You could blame the plane ride from hell and him swinging his fucking woo around.
Yeah.
I
mean, look at him. He was a big name free agent to come over. That we love to having him here, and he's done literally absolutely nothing. Not only that, he's changed managers not once but.
Yeah.
It looks like there's just no direction going on.
Listen, man, whatever the case may be, Adam Page won it. Number one contender. We got a new champion on the horizon, and I think it's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for joining us on the podcast. We are going to now hit the super chat portion of the show. So if you guys want to hang around, we'd love to have you. Definitely love to have you. Hit that thumbs up, guys. We got 900 likes. We need another 99 more. We're at 901. Why is Jesse's microphone volume now lower? I don't know. I didn't touch anything. We need Jesse to get a new PC.
We gotta do something. I gotta do something to get this shit fixed, and I will. So.
Don't worry now, guys. We're gonna go over the super chat. The podcast portion is over. If you guys want to hang out, we'd love to have you. Get those super chats in. We're gonna hang out now, have some cold beverages, answer your questions, and hit that thumbs up. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. If you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. I am here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday with the flagship show happening on Saturday. And then we got a couple of extras thrown in there. I may have an extra for you tomorrow. We got some news breaking that I will cover on Off the Script. Make sure you guys go and follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. And please go and check out my sponsor for today's show, Honey. Joinhoney.com/scripts. Make sure you download the free web browser and start saving some money on Honey. Maybe Jesse could use Honey and buy himself a new PC. Maybe.
I don't know, man. I'm told that the specs on this PC are fine. So
well, maybe it is the... I don't know what it could be. I have no...
the microphone you gave me.
Listen, man. Maybe we got to get you a new microphone.
Oh, man.
Anyway, guys, we'll get you a new microphone. We got to get you. We got to do something.
Start looking into it. I'll start looking into it.
Dwayne Jackson with a $9.99 super chat. Hey, JD, with AEW Grand Slam being very successful from Queens, New York, how long will it take for AEW to run a Dynamite or pay-per-view from MSG in the near future? OTS for life. Dwayne, never happened. As long as Vince McMahon is alive, it is never happening. They got their own place in Arthur Ashe, and that's why they went to Arthur Ashe. 20,700 in there. It's great. I believe it's 20,177 was the exact number. It will never be an MSG. Ulysses with a $2 super chat. The episode was just fire. JD wins again on page. Oh, well, JD and Jesse went on page. We called this weeks ago. Golden Boy with a $5 super chat. This show was bonkers in person. Glad I got to enjoy it with my brother Jedi Joker, JD and Jesse. Who better? You guys rock. Thank you, Golden Boy. Appreciate you, bro.
Bro, the feedback the replies and the comments to WoW's official announcement are not good.
Of course it's not, bro. It's social media in 2021. What do you expect?
I expect a little bit of like maybe a mix of both, but this is really bad. Really bad.
Drizzy Drew with a $4.99 super chat. Good show. Felt like the pacing was off though. They crammed a lot. I'm guessing they scout and sign more women for the TBS title between now and January. Bro, they got enough on their roster to fill the tournament. They don't need to scout anybody. Quintus Brown with a $5 super chat. Very good anniversary show tonight. I have a bad feeling that Brandi will be the first to win that TBS title. It better go to either Jade, Rosa, or Ruby. Bro, could you imagine Brandi Rhodes winning the TBS Championship? Holy shit. That would be awful. You just gave Jesse nightmares. Golden Boy with a $5 super chat. JD, also, can you give me a shout out for my wife, Kelly? Let her know I love her. Show was amazing, and I'll be home soon to do some cowboy shit. LOL. Uh-oh. I don't want to know what that is, but Kelly, Golden Boy loves you. He thinks you're amazing. But when I'm on from 10:15 to about 12:45, you come second. I'm only kidding. Thank you, Golden Boy, and shout out to Kelly. Tony Brown with a $4.99 super chat. JD and Jesse have no comment. Just thank you both for your wisdom. I pray you both enjoy life to the fullness. Thank you, Tony Brown. Jedi Joker 93 with a $5 super chat. Amazing show in Philly tonight. Crowd was on fire. There were times you couldn't hear a thing. I'm glad I was there live. I got to shake Cody's hand. Glad you enjoyed the show, Jedi. You made Jesse jealous by shaking Cody's hand.
Hey, man, that's still an experience, man. Good for you. Sounds good. Sounds fun.
Mohammed Abu becomes a new member in the venue. What are you drinking, Mohammed? Dan Hackett with a $4.99 super chat. Wearing my JD's Negan hoodie while watching the live stream, and just like the podcast, it's high quality already. Planning on buying more merch. Thank you, Dan Hackett. Go get that new t-shirt, man. It's on sale now at bonfire.com. Jacob Donnelly with a $10 super chat. Everything about this Hangman storyline is just beautiful. When he wins the title, the roof is going to explode. Yes, it will. Absolutely. Can't wait. CJ the Lone Wolf with a $5 super chat. This episode was epic, and it was even more special because it was on my birthday. I had a lot of fun watching it. Hashtag AEW for life. Also, speaking of birthday, shout out to my boy Solomonster celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to the Solomonster. Mecky McClendon with a $1.99 super chat. I was there tonight. The pop for Hangman. Oh my God. We heard it. We heard it at home live on TV, man. Jerry Ramey with two $10 super chats. It's wonderful to be excited about wrestling. I like that they got so many options for big, meaningful matches. Malachi can be champ, Jungle Boy, Bryan, Danielson, MJF, Pac. JD, this is the freshest, most exciting and unpredictable main event scene in wrestling. It really is, man. Yeah. When one goes down, they don't have to struggle like WWE does. With Roman Reigns going down, if he goes down to injury, who they got? Nobody. Look at the draft. They got nobody on SmackDown besides Drew McIntyre for Roman Reigns, man. They failed. Completely failed.
How long was Hangman out for?
He was out since probably that 10-man tag that they did with the Dark Order. Since that, I think it was like 3 weeks, 4 weeks before All Out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was about 6 weeks or so?
Yeah.
And what if we lost? What if Kenny dropped the belt? And what if we lost Kenny for 6 weeks or so? Would anybody miss him on the?
No. No, we know he would be gone, but his absence would not be felt as badly.
No. So I don't see. I mean, I think they're in a prime position to get any star that wants it a nice off season, 5-6 weeks off TV, and the product will not suffer at all. Anybody at the top of the card, I mean, obviously anyone in the middle to lower, well, but I don't see why they couldn't do it. I mean, they have the talent. I mean, Kenny can go take a couple of months off, come back fresh, ready to go. Same thing for the Bucks. Get out of here, reset, come back. They're in a prime position to do it.
You know, I do think that's eventually going to happen.
Yep.
Thank you, Jerry Ramey, for the $210 Super Chats. Munchie Time with a $4.99 Super Chat. Fun show and main event tonight. Glad Hangman is back and the story is perfect. Also, Dante got murdered by Black. OTS for life. And fuck Ouija boards.
Yeah.
Thank you, Munchie Time. Yes, I'm not going to meddle in Ouija boards, man. I was only joking around. King Mo, maybe. King Mo with a $1.99 Super Chat. Your honest thoughts on the new women's title. Talked about it in the show, King Mo. You know where to find it. Grayman Media with a $5 Super Chat. How on earth did David McLean pull this off? Though I'd love to see AJ Lee's and Britt Baker's Glow Girl rap. WoW is not new. Started in 1999. I don't know, man. Jesse's already saying that it's getting some shit backlash. But that's social media.
They put a face off head to head with her and the Beast. I mean, this is just not a good look.
Well,
it's not a good look. They in their premiere, the first feud, the first confrontation, you put Tessa Blanchard, face to face with a black woman. I mean, it is just not a good look, man.
And listen, man. Hopefully it all goes well there. I have no idea. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be something that the fans are going to jump on and say, "Oh man, I can't wait to watch this."
No.
James with a $10 Super Chat. I stay as long as I can for tonight. I will resume this episode in the morning at work. Bret Hitman Hart. You better bring some top insider info tonight. I expect to laugh my ass off. Jerry and Jesse, thank you. Thank you, James. Hope everything is going well, buddy. Tony Brown with a $4.99 Super Chat. Tessa was in WoW as champ, or the champ if Tessa is racist. I believe she wouldn't have dated Ricochet, or would she? Says Tony Brown. I don't know, man. You know, it's the same thing that I tell people all the time, and people use this as a fucking, oh, of course you would say that. Oh, JD is racist. I'm like, if I was racist, then Jesse would be the first person to tell me that I do the show with every Wednesday. Like,
yeah.
I mean, give me a break. Really.
For people to say, oh, she dated Ricochet, can she be racist? Look, there's so many different ways you can be racist. Maybe she's racist, and maybe she doesn't think she's racist. Maybe she thinks the things that she says are okay because she dated Ricochet. That doesn't mean they're not offensive. That doesn't mean if you said what you said and it offended someone, then it come off as racist. Can't say.
Listen, man, and everything is racist now on social media. You fucking breathe, you're a racist on social media.
No.
Well, not this case. I'm just saying. There's people, people just throw that word around very loosely nowadays.
Look, Tommy Dreamer. No, being racist makes you racist, not being in 2021.
I know, but people always use that as like a fucking, oh my God, he's racist. I'm like, no.
You might not be racist, you might just be insensitive and ignorant. Not know.
Oh, I've been known to be insensitive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll admit that. But Tessa has some work to do.
I'm offending everyone with my ponytail. Yep. Dreamer's canceled.
Tessa has some work to do. The best in the world, $5 Super Chat. I think the rankings should also consider the caliber of opponents you beat, not only the amount. Can I have a put the lotion in the basket, Von Wagner? Now, we got Von Wagner twice on NXT last night. And he actually spoke. It's crazy. TV Acme with a $5 Super Chat. Jade Cargill will have her first loss on the final of the TBS title tourney against one of the workhorse women that they do have, like Rosa, Ruby, or Tay. Tay is not a workhorse.
No.
I don't know what makes you think Tay is a workhorse.
No.
Come on. Maybe in the gym, but in the ring, no.
Yeah.
Robert Lamoa, $5 Super Chat. I would have Thunder Rosa win the title, making it legit for months, and then lose to Ruby Soho. Rosa is going to be ready and primed for Britt Baker. She should be nowhere near the TBS Championship.
Yeah.
King Mo with a $4.99 Super Chat. If I were AEW, I would let go of Kiss, Janela, Private Party, and some of the other lesser-known guys for Gargano, Zayn, or Owens. they'd be better off, in my opinion. Why would you get rid of Private Party?
Private Party's not going anywhere.
No, they're not going to. Tony Khan loves those guys. And they are so young with incredible upside. Janela and Kiss, they could get hit the fucking bricks. Get out of here. Quintus Brown with a $5 super chat. Bobby Fish is all elite. 2 down, 2 to go. Imagine the Undisputed Era reunite in AEW in a year or so. Bro, listen. Let Adam Cole take over the Super Elite and then have Kenny Omega babyface versus Adam Cole heel.
Yeah.
One thing at a time, guys. One thing at a time. King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. Fantastic OTS. Great job, fellas. You guys are the best. Thank you, King Mo. Me Wilson with a $19.99 super chat. AEW was great tonight. Hangman versus Omega and Cole versus Bryan at full gear. Maybe Tony take my money. Also, JD, forget putting Von Wagner. We need Tony D'Angelo over in NXT 2.0, and you should be his manager. I should. Maybe I'll come out wearing the velvet fucking tracksuit as well. Maybe I'll have a nice cigar in my mouth with a slice of pizza in the other.
You get any more stereotypical?
Listen, bro. Tony D'Angelo's he's gonna do big things, man. Guy's an amateur wrestler from the University of Buffalo, bro.
All right. Everybody in the chat complaining about my mic. Drop super chats for a new mic. Otherwise, just fucking piece together the conversation. I don't know what you want me to do, man. I'm trying my best over here. I'm trying my best. I'm changing settings and shit. I'm trying to figure something out. Fucking mic. I'm thinking it might not be entirely on my end. You know, I gotta go my end to your end and then broadcast out.
Bro, I'm operating on a fucking Verizon Fios fiber optic connection here, bro. Plugged in, hardwired, ain't me.
Man, me too, man. I got a fucking 1 gig fucking connection. Figure this. I'm gonna figure this shit out, bro.
Thank you, Me Wilson, for the $19.99 in Super Chat. Willie Martin becomes a member for 3 months. He says TK wanted an 8-man tag to go to commercial free. So he did an exclusive where AW's IG and Twitter went live to show the entrances.
That's nice. That's cool.
There you go, TK. Always doing big things, man. Rob Bebe with a $1.99 super chat. Yo, did you see my CM Punk Fierce Hook sign on TV? Rob Bebe, that was you? Holy shit, man. Wow. Rob Bebe lighting the internet on fire, bro, with his sign.
Nice.
Sting29 with a $9 super chat. TBS title can be used to elevate a wrestler, and the TBS title holder can choose to relinquish the belt for a title shot. And the key to the door. Forbidden door. No.
You devalue the title that way.
No. We're not relinquishing the title for a title shot at the AEW title. No. That defeats the purpose of being a champion. Philip Newton with a $4.99 super chat. Glad to see Bobby Fish is doing well, especially after escaping wrestling purgatory. CC Steven with a $10 super chat. Hi, JD and Jesse. I agree with you. While something is off with Cody, he doesn't deserve the hate or the boos he's getting. If you want to be honest, he and the Bucks are the main reason AEW exists.
Yes, he does.
Cody deserves the hate and the
honeymoon
boos.
phase of them starting AEW is. What have you done for me lately?
Cody is rather he's rather exposed or overexposed, CC. But he's going to turn heel eventually.
Yes, please.
Sixers 205 with a $19.99 super chat. Imagine if I told you 2 years ago that 2 members of the Undisputed Era would be wrestling on the 2-year anniversary of Dynamite. I would have never believed it.
Yeah, he told me that CM Punk and Bryan Danielson will be on the roster.
I would have never believed it.
Yep.
Thank you, Sixers. Steven Vandelli with a $19.99 super chat. Laughing my ass off. You two are the best, and you know I got nothing but love for you both. If Abaddon wins the tournament, you got to let me call into the show. Love the new shirt, by the way. It looks and feels fantastic. Thank you, Vandelli. I saw your tweet earlier. Thank you, brother. If Abaddon wins the tournament, bro, I promise you can call in. Hey, and you can explain the origins of why you love Abaddon so much, bro.
Hey, Vandelli got a reply from Cody. Did you see that?
Did he?
Yeah, he did. A few days ago.
About what?
About the text that were going out. He questioned, Vandelli questioned if it was actually Cody. Cody basically said, yeah, fucktard, it's me, you know. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. He got a reply from Cody.
There you go. Jay Ray with a $5 super chat. AJ Lee has officially returned to professional wrestling with WOW, as well as Tessa Blanchard. Thank you, Jay Ray. We talked about that right at the top. Hoyt Reynalda with a $4.99 super chat. Tonight was fire. Can you help me teach my friend Dalton He is saying that WWE's pro wrestling and AEW's for kiddies. He doesn't listen. Your friend Dalton is a fucking idiot, Hoyt. You can tell him I said that personally.
He lives in Bizarro World?
He lives in fucking retard land. I don't want him listening to my show. In fact, you should make him listen to my show so he grows his IQ level. Sorry, Hoyt's friend. Get better. WWE sucks. It's a fucking Nickelodeon program. Have you watched what happens over there? Wales with a $2 super chat. Can we get a JD and Destiny FOMO collab? All she has to do is hit me up, bro. She knows where to find me. And I'd love to. J Ray with a $5 super chat. Buy or sell WWF 1997 or WWE 2007?
2007 WWE was terrible.
Why would I ever sell on 1997?
Yeah.
1997 was basically the start of the Attitude Era. What the fuck are you talking about?
I think 2007 was part of the decade where Cena never lost any goddamn thing.
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching.
Yeah. No.
Bartholomew Kuma with a $5 super chat. If you had a bad case of herpes, get yourself a box of Ikemen Jiro. Side effects include watching Raw.
What's a good case of herpes?
Raw at 2 hours
Just fucking wonder.
is a good case of herpes. Raw at 3 hours is herpes that doesn't go away and recurs every day or so. J Ray with a $5 super chat. Buy or sell best world champion to lead a promotion in ratings battle, Reigns or Omega? Bro, J Ray, I don't know where you're getting your questions from, bro.
Really, man? It is never gonna matter in any situation.
Roman Reigns is the top dog in all of professional wrestling, man. How many times do I have to tell you? It's not even a competition. Stop asking me. Omega, I love Omega, but he's not doing what Reigns is doing. He's not.
Bro, who are these mods you're hiring?
What are you talking about?
Manic Destroyer. I bury my face in Cargill's ass 24/7.
That's my friend Chris. I went to high school with him.
What? Is he still there? What the
Listen,
fuck?
man, as long as I'm not saying it, man, I don't give a fuck who says it.
You're a fucking mod. Act like it.
Oh my God. Wrestling Snob with a $4.99 super chat. I wish I could make my gut as sexy as that hunk of a legend, Chris Jericho. Why don't we stop talking about how Chris Jericho is out of shape? Bro, he's nearing 50. He's got more money than you. He lives a better life than you. He's a rock star. Judas has like fucking 80 million views on YouTube. Who gives a shit? 6 months with DDP Yogi, he'll be right back where he is. Or where he was when he first showed up.
Yeah.
Hooligan with a $5 super chat. AEW had a better TLC match than WWE has in 10 plus years. I hope WWE's paying attention. Shout out OTS fam and Edgar Estrada, OTS and VWO for life. It was a good ladder match, bro, but I wouldn't call it the best ladder match in 10 years. Remember the ladder match that AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, and Sami Zayn had during the pandemic? That was a damn good fucking ladder match. Bartholomew Kuma with a $5 super chat. Jesse, why did you lower your mic volume?
I was bored.
The best in the world, $5 super chat. That explains why you fell off the chair doing the Strowman Express sound. God knocked you off the chair, sneaky God. He's been a heel since then. Yes. Yes, God doesn't like me too much, bro.
Man, that was a baby Facebook.
That was a baby face. Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
J Ray with a $5 super chat. Greatest wrestling faction, 4 Horsemen, NWO, DX, or the Bullet Club? It depends on what generation you grew up in, man. Some people will say the 4 Horsemen, some people will say NWO. DX is not the greatest faction of all time.
No, you can get DX out of there. I grew up in NWO and the Horsemen eras, and I don't know. It depends on, I don't know. Wrestling, 4 Horsemen. Entertainment, NWO.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I was more appreciative of the NWO after the fact. I wasn't a WCW guy. I watched WWF back in the day. I was pro WWF during the war.
Yeah, there was no real wrestling in the NWO, but it was the coolest shit, dude. I mean, it was just fucking cool. I loved it. I mean, I don't want to sound like I hated it and it was dumb about the. But the Horsemen will go out there and work your ass over for a bit. I loved it. The Four Horsemen are the best one ever.
Bartholomew Kuma with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD and Jesse, what type of pro wrestling fan are you? Conservative, moderate, or liberal?
Next question.
I don't even know how to answer that question, Bartholomew. And I'll take Manic Destroyer, Chris, in the chat. My favorite version of the Four Horsemen, Metallica.
What does that even mean?
That is one of their greatest tracks of all time, Metallica, Four Horsemen.
Oh, shit, whatever.
There you go. J Ray with $5 super chat. What does AEW really need to do in order to further elevate itself as a promotion over WWE? Don't do what WWE's doing. Simple.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling. Jeremy Lewis with a $10 super chat. Great anniversary show. JD, Jesse, you hit the nail on the head tonight. Again, still best in the IWC. Still. When did we ever leave the best? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But thank you. I thought it was awesome that the OC dressed kid from older AEW shows got Punk's Jordans tonight. Oh, is that him?
Who?
The original Orange Cassidy kid? I have no idea who he is, bro. I gotta find out who this kid is.
There's an original Orange Cassidy? That was the guy?
I guess there was somebody that dressed up as him in one of the earlier episodes of Dynamite.
I'm not familiar with it.
Me neither. Brendan Stranahan with a $1.99 super chat. I was there live. Hangman Pop was insane. It was insane at home. Ron Davis with a $5 super chat. Love the show, bros. You guys put the lotion in the baskets. Who do we have on SmackDown besides Drew that will challenge Roman? Any thoughts? Peace out. Nobody. There's nobody. People are like, well, Jeff Hardy could get a title shot. Ricochet could get a title shot. Sheamus could get a title shot. Those aren't contenders. Those are fucking midnight snacks.
I didn't see any of those guys on Dynamite tonight.
Yeah. Roman is going to be, you know what's going to happen? Roman's going to be wrestling Drew for the next 6 months. WWE is probably not going to bring in Dwayne, and we're going to get Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And then WWE will be the stupid idiots that put Drew McIntyre over Roman and ruin everything. You want Drew to be a heel? There you go. Bartholomew Kuma with a $5 super chat. I'm just wondering, why can't the mother send food into her stomach like a fish in a fishbowl? What?
Next one, let's go.
CC Steven with a $5 super chat. Hi, JD. Cody being overexposed and being a better heel still does not warrant the hate and booze he's getting. He's been this way since day one.
Right. Change.
Yeah. If the fans are booing, then give them a reason to boo. It's very simple.
Yep.
And I mean a reason that legitimately is best for Cody. Because the boos he's getting right now don't make sense. Cal L with a $5 super chat. Did I hear correctly? AJ Lee's coming to AEW. You two are great as usual. I just tuned in. Mustangs rule and I'm out, bros. No, AJ Lee's not coming to AEW. Cal L. She is now the executive producer / commentator, I believe, for WOW, which is starting up in 2022. I only mentioned AEW because this may be her foot back in the wrestling pool now that she's there and Punk, who she's married to, is in AEW. And $5 super chat again by Kal-El. The best way for me to describe your mic, Jesse, is choppy at times.
Is $5 is not enough.
$5 is not enough to get Jesse a new microphone, guys. You want a new microphone? PayPal.
Hey, I mean, I'm sorry. You complain about the mic? Yeah, I agree. I hate that. It sucks. $5 is not enough.
PayPal.
It's enough to complain.
Listen, we're about to get out of here, man. I got season 6 of Call of Duty to play. I got a level up my new fucking gun that I have paid for. Any parting words before we get out of here, Jesse?
Nah, I'm gonna. Hey, special shout out to my baby brother out me right now. Shout out to Anthony.
There you go. And shout out to Big Hodge, man. I know Big Hodge is going through some bullshit right now. A couple of deaths in the family over on Big Hodge's side. My boy Jason. We love Jason over here. He's a great friend and a person that I care very much about. So hopefully he's listening. Hopefully he's doing well, and we'll see him soon.
We need some prayer emojis for Big Hodge.
All right, guys, we're about to get out of here. I will be back tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day tomorrow, man. I got an extra to do. We're going to talk about some Johnny Gargano stuff. We're going to talk about WWE draft stuff. I got some news on the draft, coming out of the draft. A couple of extras tomorrow. I'll be live on my second channel with Season 6 of Call of Duty. I played the new Battlefield today. Did not enjoy myself, except maybe for the last hour. But the PC works good. Held up pretty well.
Are you on it right now?
Yes, I'm on it right now, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys hanging in today, man. We had 2,200, I believe, was the max we got today. Number one in the community, as always. Thank you very much. I know there were others in the community live, but I thank you for spending your time with me and Jesse tonight. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206 if you guys want to follow Jesse. See his ad on the screen right there. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. We just hit 1,000 likes. Thank you, guys. Continue to hit that join button. Become a family member, a VIP of the OTS family. Thank you for the super chats. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. We got the Monday Night Raw review, the NXT review. Tonight was Dynamite. Friday, I'll be back live for Rampage and SmackDown. The Queen of the Ring and the King of the Ring tournaments start on Friday night. I'll be there to cover it. And check out my sponsor for today's show, man. Honey. JoinHoney.com/scripts. Always check them out, man. They do some great work, and they're a great friend and a great sponsor of the show. Guys, I'm about to get out of here. I need two things from you right now before Jesse and I hit the Mustang and hit the highway, man. I need those guitar emojis in the chat, and if you got them, I need those Mustang emojis as well. And number two, when you hear that guitar solo come on, I need that music on max. I will see you guys on Friday live and tomorrow with more content on this channel and the second channel, man. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you Friday night for SmackDown.